Here we go once again. Gonna do another softball live stream. Live today, we have the Oklahoma Sooners versus one of their most hated rivals, that being the Texas Long Turds, as we like to call them. Let me situate this camera a little better for y'all, so y'all don't have to see my dang screen right there. Just a little bit more of the Bear Bryant. And we'll get this thing started. This last softball game, man, be honest with you, I never had a softball game make me react like that. And it wasn't even my own team. My first team, anyway. Oklahoma is my second favorite team. I'm not going to lie about that. I do have a sort of a inkling and a liking towards Oklahoma more so than other teams besides Alabama. But, man, that game is like something – it was epic. It was like something you would see in a movie. I mean, bottom of the last inning with 7 innings in softball. I think it was the last out, and she knocks it over the fence to make a 3-run homer in the very last out. Man, I will not lie to y'all. I'm not making this up. Promise you. I had chills go up into my face, man. I felt like Alabama just scored a touchdown or something, or Oklahoma had scored a touchdown. That was some epic stuff. That was something, like I said, that movies are made out of. I'm going to go back and clip that out because people said they really like my reaction where I said Mother of God about 3 times. I was in disbelief. I didn't know what to say. But I'm going ahead and open up my little Alani Dream Float energy drink, which is one day going to be an official sponsor of the Outlaw Posse. So y'all can go out there and get you an Alani. Pretty good energy drink. Pretty safe. Sort of like Celsius. I like Celsius too. Pop, there it goes. That's the sound that Oklahoma made the other night against Tennessee. And Tennessee looked like that pitcher, man, she looked like she was about to melt. I mean, y'all definitely ripped the hearts out of Tennessee's ass with that, man. And I really, seriously, cheers to the Oklahoma Sooner softball team for doing that because, as you know, me being an Alabama fan mainly, Tennessee is one of my most hated rivals. So for y'all to do that, I really appreciate the hell out of it. All right. Let's see who we got up in here already before the game starts. Let's see if the game's on yet. Look on here. Looks like they still are in the middle of the baseball game, which sort of hate that. Y'all let me know when the game starts just in case I miss the start of it, because right now they got some baseball on. I think it's Wake Forest and somebody else playing. But as soon as the game starts, we'll get it up there for y'all, and we can either talk and watch the game, or we can listen to the announcers like we did yesterday for most of it, and periodically talk to each other. What's y'all's vote on that? Kevron Harris is the first batter up today. He says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kevron. Comanche Sooners in the house. What's up, Outlaw? Boomer owns the Long Turds. Boomer and Roll Tide Roll. That's right. A lot of people don't know what RTR means. Comanche Center, he's a college sports connoisseur. He knows his stuff. He comes in here all the time. He knows what RTR is. But it means Roll Tide Roll. Because a lot of outside fan bases I see us put that acronym up, and they don't know what the hell we're blathering about. I'm going to go ahead and get my obligatory good luck hot wing right here. An obligatory good luck hot wing right before every game. And maybe to give y'all some luck. Y'all ever seen that show, Hot Ones? It's pretty good. Killer Breeze may be in here in a little while as well. The Oklahoma Roughneck. Let me see. Let me send him a little message. All right. So get y'all an Oklahoma guy in here to offset my Alabamanism. And let's see what we got going on here. All right. So, yeah. I'll bring the Oklahoma game up here in just a second whenever they get it uploaded to YouTube, and we'll stream it from there and get y'all's take on it. If y'all don't mind, jump out and hit the like button and the share button. Share it out to your friends. Let's get this party bigger. Let's get it crunk before the game starts. I guess it's in 8 minutes. We will see Oklahoma versus Texas after Oklahoma pulled out a miracle game the other day. UCLA, I think, did the same exact thing right after y'all. They hit a walk-off game-winning home run as well. You may end up playing UCLA. Beat my obligatory good luck hotline. JSD text says, "Are you out of Tuscaloosa? Love Baumhauer's wings." Yes, I am out of Tuscaloosa. I live just probably, I would say, I can actually, if I go around the corner, I can see Bryant Denny from my apartment complex. So I'm in the heart of Tuscaloosa. I don't just live in Tuscaloosa County. I live in the city of Tuscaloosa. So, yeah, I'm right in the heart, JSD. Glenn K's in the house as we get ready for the Oklahoma game against Texas. Glenn K says, "Shorthorn U and Voltards have the worst shades of orange. Reminds me of puke." Yeah, it does look like a puke orange. You're right, Glenn K. It also reminds me of those uniforms they wear in the prison. You know, those prison uniforms for the criminals. 1989 M's in the house. He's our resident Wolverine. And 1989 M says, "Double star OCF, double star posse in the house." When you going to join the posse, 1989 M? Well, I can give you a random four horseman shout. You can be the comment of the day, like this guy right here. Killer Breeze. He's the leader in comment of the day championships.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
We're ready to watch a little WCWS today. What's your take on after
WCW, man? That sounds like wrestling.
After your first taste of real-time Sooner Magic against the Tennessee Vols? I heard you talking a little bit about it, but
old girl, man, I forgot her name now, but there was a girl.
Ella Parker.
No, there was a girl in the comment section. The other day that made a lot of great comments. Hopefully she'll come in here today. I can't remember her name. I'm not good with names sometimes. But she was talking about that Sooner Magic right before it happened, man. She must have thrown some of that pixie dust on them bats for Oklahoma.
It's a real thing, man. It's the real deal, and you got to witness a little bit of it firsthand.
Yeah, that was money.
That's Crystal. Crystal Lopez was the one that brought up Sooner Magic, wasn't it?
Yeah, she sprinkled that pixie dust out there, and it's like, boom, shakalaka boom, man. That shit went right up there. I told you, man, I felt chills in my face, man. This wasn't even my most favorite team, you know, and I'm like, damn, man, this is like something made out of a movie.
Yeah.
Last inning, last out, 2 runners on base.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Winning run at the plate.
And here's the thing,
man. To Tennessee. Did it to Tennessee, man. I love that. love it.
had a lot of those. We've had a lot of those moments, man. Walk-offs in the ninth with 2 outs at that. Kinsey Hansen, Jada Coleman.
That was probably the biggest stage you could do it though, because
that was awesome. That was awesome.
I was talking to Jonathan Lewis, and he was talking about the same thing y'all kept bringing up yesterday when y'all were losing the how young you are, and they may not be ready for the big stage quite yet, but it looks like that Tennessee had their chances. They should have probably scored 6 or 7 runs. And they just let them keep hanging around. I'm like, if you let a champion team hang around, man, you don't put your foot on the throat. They're gonna find a way to win at the end.
Well, in the SEC tournament in the semifinals, Oklahoma played Arkansas, and Arkansas got out after I think the 3rd inning. They were up 6-1, and Oklahoma just started steadily hitting solo home runs. They ended up setting an SEC tournament record. They hit 6 solo home runs, and the last one was a walk-off. So,
did she hit the first one? The first run y'all scored. Was she the one to get that one too?
She did.
So she hit both of them.
Yeah, she
single-handedly won the game for y'all.
She did. She had all 4 RBIs. She is the best hitter on the team probably, but she had an injury. She had fractures in her shin. And so all year long, she's been injured. And due to the injury, she was struggling with it at first, not adjusting well to being able to still hit with the injury. And she went on a pretty bad slump. In fact, she went 0 for 6 against Carlin Pickens when they played Tennessee during the season, and Tennessee won that series in Norman. And she just had a bad slump, man. But she's been on fire. She's been the best hitter on the team for the last month, and she's probably the best hitter in the country, man.
Glenn Kay says that Tennessee and Texas look like big fat-ass oranges in their uniforms. JSD Texas says, I think the Sooners have a huge mental edge over the Longhorns. Their talent is closer this year, but when you have a fear of the opponent, things rarely go well. Sort of like with Alabama and Georgia in football.
Yeah.
Even when we're 9-4, they couldn't beat us last year. But
something's going to happen today, right? Either the mental edge. There's no doubt if you go look. I think, and somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Texas has not beaten Oklahoma in the state of Oklahoma, maybe ever, but certainly not in the last 10, 15 years. I think it might be ever. And that includes the World Series because the World Series is played in the state of Oklahoma. So they've been the much better program. They've beaten Texas in the finals the last 2 of the last 3 years. Outside of Texas winning the series against Oklahoma in Austin 2 years ago, Oklahoma has dominated them. And particularly if they throw Teagan Cavan today, which everyone kind of thinks that's what they're going to do. They're going to throw Teagan Cavan. If they do, Oklahoma's history against Teagan Cavan, including in the series that they just swept them, dude, they knock her all over the park. So, I don't know why that would all of a sudden stop, but obviously there's a reason why you played a game. Anything could happen. Texas has a great team in terms of the talent that they've got. They've got a coach who's been successful at other programs, bringing teams to the World Series, specifically Oregon. So make no mistake about it, Texas could easily win this game.
I got the Oklahoma-Texas softball game on the channel it's supposed to be on, and right now they're still in the middle of this.
I think it's on ABC, dude.
They still got this stupid-ass baseball game, man. I can't access ABC from where I'm at. I have to get it off YouTube.
Hold on one second.
I have to stream it from YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine. Hold on 1 minute.
So right now, Wake Forest is up 13-7 on Miami of Ohio in this baseball game. It's in the bottom of the 6th. They quit scoring freaking runs. So aggravating, man. I mean, they put these damn games up against each other and then can't get them on with the time they're supposed to be on. So we'll see. I think it's about to start. I think the link's coming up for me. Oklahoma versus Texas live softball 2025 is what it says right here. So we'll see. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I think it's about to come on, Killer Breeze. Whatever you do, turn off your TVs and just watch it here. That way nobody's ahead of anybody. We had that problem the other day with our own panel here. Killer Breeze and Johnny Johns were giving it away. So I'd tell them, y'all pretend like you ain't seen it yet. But the best thing to do would be turn your TVs off if you want to just do a live watch party and see it as it happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up right now. I think it's up. When Killer Breeze gets back, y'all tell him in the comment section. We don't need that ABC link. There it is. There it is. We got it, Killer Breeze. I got it, brother. I got it.
Yeah.
I think this is it right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, these chicks are hot. Usually these announcing chicks ain't that hot.
Yeah, they are.
They got nice long hair, just like a woman's supposed to look.
It's one of the nice, benefits of watching the game.
And when you have, it seems like I ain't trying to be mean, but it seems like when they have women announcers that announce men's sports, they all look sort of manly. I don't know.
That's fair.
Might be fair to you, probably ain't fair to everybody else. Heath Stokes.
Oklahoma has won all 6 previous Women's College World Series meetings.
Heath Stokes is in the house. He's got his badge. He's deputized. He's an outlaw posse. He gets that little something extra. There it is. Pow! What's up, outlaw? I'll pop in and out. Got a watch party here. Also cooking for Austin's 21st birthday today. That's
nice.
Cool. Hey, what you getting him? You got him some
happy
tequila?
Birthday there, Austin.
Hey, get him a bottle of Patron, man. That's the best way to go. Crystal Lopez says she's back. She says, ready for another Sooner Magic Day. You're already sprinkling that pixie dust. I'm going to have to make me a video of some Sooner Magic, like a ferry coming down and screwing Texas over or something. If y'all beat the Long Turds today. By the way, we refer to them as the Long Turds in here.
That's right. If we refer to them at all.
Yeah, we're sort of forcing us to today. Robert Trevino is in the house, too. He says Sooner Magic started in football, but it lives on the softball field. There's your girl.
Let's see if you're ahead of me or not.
I got Patty Gasso on.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you're ahead of me, so that's good.
You might have to turn your TV off so you don't.
No, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me, so that's good.
The other day I got demonetized for this, but I got all the watch time and stuff, and I did dispute it. And usually when they give you the red strike and you dispute it, you don't get it back. But I actually got it back. They put it in escrow, and I got the credit.
Nice.
Got the money and everything. Well, not a lot of money, but it was some money.
Hey, if y'all don't mind, go jump out and hit that like button. We got like 31 in the house right now. Looks like if we could get that like button up, share the show. Let's get a big crew of people in here. Texas Longhorn fans, you are welcome. Kinda. No, come on in. We're happy to have everybody.
Well, we got everybody. We got all sorts of fan bases in here.
That's what I'm saying. I hope we have everyone from. I hope we got some Tennessee fans in here too.
We got Kevron Harrison here. He's a Clemson fan. We got 1989M. He's a Michigan fan. So softball
in the house.
Softball's starting to catch on.
All right, so they are going to throw Tegan Kavan, which is what I expected. And we'll see how it goes, man. Oklahoma has done fairly well against Tegan historically, but, anything's possible. she is a good pitcher. Clearly, she does well, and she has been throwing well the last couple of games. She's had a couple of good performances in a row. So
you're not throwing the same girl because I heard that in softball they can play them back to back.
Oh, they do. Carlin Pickens is going to throw every game for Tennessee. She threw against Oklahoma and she threw yesterday. Although she didn't throw that long because Tennessee kicked Florida's straight up butt up and down the diamond all day yesterday. It was over with pretty much right away.
Let me make this bigger. Tell me if this makes it bigger for you, Killer Breeze.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm getting there.
Much better.
Red River rivalry. I saw someone bitching the other day about the SEC making the Red River rivalry play their game at 2:30 now. But I was thinking, man, I heard from a lot of Oklahoma people they didn't like playing that game at 11 o'clock in the morning.
At 11?
Yeah, didn't y'all used to play at 11? That was tradition.
Nobody likes 11. It's terrible.
Well, they're like, man, that's tradition. We're supposed to play the game at 11 a.m. I'm like, I always heard that everybody didn't like at 11 a.m. start.
No,
I always thought 11, it was pretty stupid.
11 o'clock is terrible. Nobody likes 11 o'clock.
Well, it's tradition. Well, sometimes traditions need to change.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather play at 2:30 or even a night game. A night game would be epic for the Red River rivalry.
For sure.
Prime time Red River rivalry game at 7 o'clock, man, that'd be off the chain.
I think it'll end up at some point. They've got to try it. I would love to see that game at night, man. I would just under the lights. Oh my God!
I think it might have been you that told me the reason why they played it so early is to keep the fans from killing each other.
Well, that's part of it. So because
they ain't got time to get liquored up.
Well, it's halfway between Norman and Austin. Dallas is, and they don't want everybody getting back on the road on I-35 hammered. Half of them pissed off, the other half so drunk with happiness that they don't know what they're doing either, and killing everybody on the way home.
I see them mothers doing straight Days of Thunder on each other.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Rubbin's racing.
Listen, the hatred is real. I mean, it is real. That those two fan bases genuinely do not like each other.
Glenn K says the only thing lacking from yesterday was Ella calling her shot like Babe Ruth.
That was awesome, man. Ella she's amazing, dude. She's, like I said, she's probably the best hitter in the country. She's doing all of this with fractures in her shin. She's in extreme pain, and you'd never know it. Patty Gasso, even in her slump, was on record saying, like, I heard her say that she was just not going to sit Ella Parker unless Ella Parker wanted to sit, that she had earned that. I mean, she had some key hits in their win in the World Series last year as a freshman. So did Pickering. So that's what makes Patty Gasso such a great coach. She stood behind Ella. That clearly has helped fuel Ella's resurgence back to the top of the mountain.
Hey, y'all help keep me reminded that if we do go to the announcers, to remind me to turn it off when the commercials come on, because one of the strikes I got was from a dumbass.
Yeah, we got banned in Brazil.
Yeah,
Brazil, man.
It's like this.
Por qué?
It's like this episode or this video cannot be shown in Brazil. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just don't demonetize it. And then they turn around and demonetize it too. And I'm like, I had to dispute the shit and everything.
Outlaw day football.
I hate soccer anyway. Damn, I hate soccer. They try to shove it down our throats all the time, man. It's just like a nonstop force feeding.
It's the outlaw day football. Shit. ¿Por qué you no show outlaw day football?
No. I don't know what you said, but it didn't sound good. And I don't like it.
Oh, man, that's good.
Crystal Lopez says softball is full of beauty, brains, and athleticism. Yeah, sort of like women's tennis. Women's tennis has always been. Women's tennis has always been full. What's the word I'm looking for? They've been mainstream for a while. Women's tennis has. or it used to be. Back in the day when they had Chris Everett Lloyd and Navratilova going
Anna
head to head.
Kournikova.
Yep.
Anna Kournikova, dude, was. Whew.
I know Serena Williams is your favorite.
Not so much. I prefer them a little more dainty.
Yeah, she got that Michelle Obama look about her, don't she?
No, she's way better looking than Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama
Really?
is. I just can't. I just can't.
Some people might call her Michael Obama.
A lot of people do. Big Mike, to be specific. A lot of people do. So what do we think's gonna happen here, man? Well, we got some mixed fans in the chat. I want to get the chats. I want to get the chat's call on the game. Who's gonna win? How's it gonna happen? Who's the star of this game? If Texas wins, how does it happen? Or better yet, Texas wins this game if what? Finish the sentence.
JSD Tech says TV forced it to be at 11. It was terrible. So that's what I thought. Most of Oklahoma fans don't like that shit being at 11 o'clock.
No, we hate it. We hate it.
Robert Trevino said, don't talk about Michelle Obama like that. He's a lovely gentleman.
Big Mike, I know. My bad, Big Mike. My bad.
You got to get your pronouns right, man. You got to go back to school and study what pronouns really mean now.
It looks like we just had a couple people drop off. I don't think people like us talking about Big Mike. Let's leave it to softball. Let's go ahead and just focus on the greatness.
I didn't talk about
it. Can we just agree? Like let's share with the audience the conversation you and I had. You left me a message talking about how you had chills in your face watching the end of that game, and I said, "Thank you. You have validated me because."
I mean, it wasn't like
I love watching softball now, dude. It was a fun game to watch.
It was like something that happened that I just couldn't control. It wasn't forced or anything. It just happened. I'm just like, I felt chill bumps go up my face, man. I'm like, damn, man, I ain't never got this excited over a softball game.
Yeah,
it's like,
man.
Like I said earlier, man, it's like a movie. It's like a movie script. A movie script wouldn't like that.
It was awesome, man. It was really awesome. And Oklahoma and Texas have had some really good games as well. I mean, again, Texas has some great players, man. Mia Scott at third base is amazing. Reese Atwood has probably been the best catcher in the country for the last 2 years. Their pitchers, other than when they play Oklahoma, are great pitchers. I mean, they've got a lot of talent. They could easily win this game. There's Mia Scott right there.
Robert Bacon says barbed wire hair. I guess he's referring to either Serena Williams or Michelle Obama. Well, Crystal Lopez keeps bringing it up, man. I gotta show it, man. I'm sorry. I won't say it out loud about that.
Every time
Crystal Lopez backs us up again. We're up to 42 already, about the same pace we was on yesterday before you left us. We ended up getting up to almost 400 live viewers, which is unheard of, even in football games.
I think
sometimes I don't even get that in football games.
Man. I'm telling you what, dude. I get excited watching these games, man. It's gonna be because let me tell you something. The loser of this game is going to have a distinct disadvantage because they are going to go into the other bracket. And to come out of that bracket, you're probably going to have to beat Nyjah Kennedy, who's considered to be the best pitcher in the country. You're going to have to beat her twice. So it's not that it's impossible. Oklahoma has won a national championship from the consolation bracket before. But man, a win here today is just – I can't begin to emphasize how important a win today is. The winner of this game has a huge advantage to winning a championship.
Kai asks, does the game start at 2? Well, it was supposed to, but it was delayed by the baseball. Stupid-ass Wake Forest and Miami of Ohio was 13-7. It was like watching a damn NBA basketball game and scoring so damn much.
It looks like they're starting now, Kai.
Yeah, they're about to start. Texas is getting ready, as you can see right here. They're getting ready. Must say them uniforms fit rather nicely.
There's a lot of rumors that Reese Atwood is going to transfer to OU next year if they don't win it.
Crystal Lopez says Texas will win this game if they come out and gain 2 or 3 within the first 2 innings. If they come out even on or OU on top, it'll end this way with the Sooners on top.
What's up, Comanche Sooner?
Woo-hoo.
That's correct.
Comanche
we haven't been in the loser bracket since 21.
Let's get the Comanche to maybe, let's get the Comanche to scalp these long turds. And it's about to start. So do y'all want me to go to the actual game now?
Well, and it looks like Texas is the home team, which gives them the last at bat. That sucks.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the announcers.
That's something I don't understand is how do they determine who's the home team today? Oklahoma is the higher seed. Why the hell aren't they the ones batting last?
That don't make no sense. The seedings didn't make no sense and how they played the games. But
I don't get that at all.
Cassidy Pickering is up to bat. She has a 409 batting average, 18 home runs. So do you want me to go ahead and turn on the game?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, they can flood throughout the lineup, but a lot of times you kind of ease in with some short game. That's not.
Can you hear me?
Last 5 games, 8.
Yeah, I can hear you. Probably go start to speak up, son. Can you hear me?
20 runs
Yeah.
batted in.
You got to talk a little bit louder.
As Pickering takes a strike, 2-1. Kavan named a second-team All-American. Threw a complete game, got the win against Florida, allowing just a couple of hits on Thursday. Only used 1 strikeout, guys. The defense behind her was terrific.
Well, and that's what she's going to need. She's going to have to mix speeds like she did on that last one, 59-mile-an-hour changeup and pitch to contact. You're not going to strike out a lot of Sooners. This is a team that doesn't strike out much.
More walks than strikeouts as a team this year. Well, we start out with a full count for Tegan Kavan.
This is a big pitch right here.
Boy, tough sledding in 2 losses to the Sooners. Everybody else, she was
Since your
sub-2 ERA.
Texas not afraid to shift their defense.
Y'all jump out and hit that like button and share it to your friends. Let's get this party big. Let's get it crunk.
Leaves a big mighty gap.
Time to take out the long turds.
That gap over there because everyone shifted to the left side.
Pickering, the sophomore out of Humboldt, Texas. 1 for 4 in their opener. And smashes that foul down the line. Well, we heard Holly and the report on Mike White. There's no avoiding the Oklahoma across the chest. So any advice for trying to overcome a mental block that they've had against the Sooners and break through here today?
I think a lot of it is just worrying about the feet that are in the box, not
better?
looking at the uniform, and that is just. See, she
Just
thought
at the bottom of the screen.
it was the
I
dirt
had it.
coming up. But, at some point, Beth, you have to just focus
Little
on the
breathe.
game, throwing the pitch, executing, barreling up balls. It doesn't matter who your opponent is. It's the same game.
8th pitch of this at-bat. Pickering
Can you hear
gets
me?
under it and sends it out to Caden Henry in center. 1 down. Here's Parker, the sophomore from Los Angeles. A first-team All-American again this season, even though she really has only played about half the year, and that hasn't been 100% healthy. Ball. Battling a lower leg issue in her right leg and foot all season long. Most of her time off the field, she's in a boot. But that hasn't affected her swing once she's gotten comfortable with dealing with it and handling the pain.
She's dealing with a lot of pain, so it's impressive that she's been able to figure out how to deal with it. You talk about the first 43 games versus the last 13. Wow. Are you kidding me? 500 batting average. 363 wasn't bad either, but got even better. And just the Powers return, right? 9 home runs in her last 14 games. I mean, she has just been swinging it.
Tegan Cavan with a 1-2 count. Parker slices that one out to center.
Boom!
Went down and away to get
There
that
she
one.
is, baby,
And
the
a
best
one-out
hitter in the
base runner.
country.
With 2 strikes as well. And you'll kind of see that front foot just kind of hover in the air, get down, and just reach. This is a pitcher's pitch. This is down at your ankles, protect. But then 71 miles an hour, she got enough barrel to get that through.
The foot issue doesn't seem to be too bothersome for her. She often will stay out there and run. And here's Nellie McEnroe-Marinas. Redshirt freshman with the Captain C on her chest. Watched from the dugout as the Sooners won the title last year and knew she wanted to play an integral role in her first appearance here at the World Series. Ground ball to short, good to Bennett for the lead runner, and safe at first is Nellie Mack. 2 down.
This ball well struck, but right at good, and she's going to flip it over to Bennett. Bennett has to throw on the run once she comes over the bag. Good stretch at first by Mitchell, just missing out on that double play because Nellie Mack runs really well.
So here's Gabby Garcia, second team All-American for the freshman out of Chandler, Arizona.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gabby takes this one deep.
She hit a couple of home runs in the regular season against the Longhorns. Following in the footsteps of her mom, Kara, who played in the World Series with Arizona State back in the early aughts. She had a hit yesterday. Gabby, not her mom.
I bet her mom still got it. I remember Kara Brunn. She was a gamer. She was a baller. Definite.
1-1 misses away. Patty Gasso with the 8 national championships, tied with Mike Candrea for the most for a coach. So this would break the tie if she can bring home number 9. It's been an incredible run. A win today, they are into the semis for the 9th straight year. It's 5 straight years in the championship, with 4 of those resulting in rings. Garcia, green grass out and right. Nellie Mack motoring around to third. The throw is behind Garcia. Now she's in a pickle and she'll dive back into first. It's good.
Look at that.
The runner at third.
Look at that, boy. God damn, they had her in the rundown. What happened?
Work Garcia.
What happened? What happened? You agree?
She smashes it down the right field line.
They just got a hit. She just tore it up.
Pitch got lucky on this one though. Big round turn. This would have been the last out of the inning. I'm actually surprised they didn't go after her. I know Nellie Mack's coming off the bat, but you get Garcia out here, it doesn't matter. They want Nellie McEnroe-Marinas to be able to cause exactly what she did, save Garcia from what was a big mistake in that big round around first. Yeah, Patty's telling her, get off, get off.
Gasso was trying to score on that one.
Yeah, she almost ran for her. But as a defender, you know, hey, I got 2 outs. She's host. Let's go after this runner. It doesn't matter what Nellie Mack wants to do at third.
So a big moment early for Texas and for Cavan with their struggles against the Sooners, trying to keep a clean slate for Mike White. His 8th trip here to Oklahoma City, his 3rd with Texas. Prior to that, 5 with the Oregon Ducks. The loser of this game will play Oregon tomorrow in an elimination game. And here's Sydney Barker, and a chance for a freshman to get the Sooners the lead. Two for 5 in the NCAA tournament with a runner in scoring position, has driven in a couple in the postseason. So far, the Sooners unblemished through the regionals, the Sooners, and their first game here. As Sam Landry
Yeah,
awaits
let's go.
the starting pitcher for OU today.
Sydney Barker, not a starter throughout most of the season, coming off the bench to a pinch hit, but Sydney Sanders went down with injury. She got an opportunity to really prove herself, and now they can't keep her out of the lineup. She was hitting in the 3-hole through most of the NCAA tournament. Just a freshman.
How about 8 starts in an 8-game hitting streak?
That'll do it.
Pops it up. Katie Bennett at second.
That's
Gloves
a problem, man.
it. And Texas gets out of it. Longhorns picking up the.
So let me say this. I never like leaving runners in scoring position, whether you got 2 outs or not. But I do like the fact that they seem to be once again making good contact with Kavan. So
that botched rundown could have come back to haunt Texas. I can't believe they botched that rundown. It's just like I said, there's no reason to worry about that woman at third. If you get the girl out at first, that run don't count.
Yeah. It's so you know, I would have liked to put a run on the board. I think Crystal was saying let's put at least one on the board, but so that bothers me a little bit, not bringing that one of those runs in.
Tennessee had that problem yesterday. They should have scored about 6 or 7 runs, and they end up screwing them.
Yeah.
In the end of all that.
But, you know, again, like I said, I like the fact that Kavan hasn't even made it through the first 9, and we're already putting the bat on the ball, you know, fairly well. So
we got over 113 people in here now. So if y'all don't mind, jump out and smash that like button. It don't take 2 seconds. It's free. Also, subscribe to the channel. That's also free. And all that does is just let you know when me and Killer Breeze and my entourage are up and on the air. So like and subscribe and share out to all your friends. It's going to commercial. We will go back to the game live with the announcers. It seems like more people like to hear from the main announcers, I guess. Only thing is we can't really talk because it's hard to talk over that. Could you hear me when I was talking?
I can hear you, but it's fairly muffled, you know. It's fairly muffled.
I'm going to try to stay on top of these stupid-ass commercials today. Shit almost screwed me yesterday. It actually did. So I had to do 2 disputes. One of them came back good, and the other one has yet to come back. They had to ask Turner Sports for permission for me to do it. So Turner Sports okayed it. So I'm a big fan of Turner Sports now.
Hell yeah. Turner all the way, baby.
One day me and Killer Breeze are going to get paid to do this shit.
Oh, that would be so nice, wouldn't it?
We're going to take over the failing show called the number one show. It's not the number one show. That jackass, whatever his name is, RJ Jackass is his name. We're going to take his show.
I don't even know what his last name is. I just know he has the number one college sports show.
It's RJ Young, and I think the J's for Jackass.
Real Jackass?
Yeah. All right. Looks like the game's about to start back up. I'm going to put it back on there.
This is going to be important right here, man, because Sam Landry, you know, dude, didn't have her best stuff, although she still pitched fairly well. You can't argue with the result. But Sam Landry starts off strong here. We should have a great game.
We are starting Sam Landry again, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Currently playing second base. Adbayani has moved over to short. Garcia plants herself in the 5-6 hole against Ashton Maloney, one of the top hitters in this NCAA tournament. Went 0 for 3 against the Gators on Thursday.
Well, and as a hitter, when you see this defensive alignment against you, you know every pitch is going to be on the outer half.
She cannot come inside. If she does, it better be in because Maloney is able to get around anything. She's going to have a whole lot of fun.
Ball. Staying away, but missing the corner. 2-2. Maloney, the junior from Liberty, Missouri, has a hit in 9 of her last 10 and 61 infield hits as a slapper. Third most in the country.
Outlaw.
works the count.
Outlaw,
Funny
where's the
looking at
game?
those
The
hits.
game's
Hard
not
to- I
showing.
mean, it's a whole heck of a lot of them, but a lot of them are short game over to where all of the Sooners are now.
Let me pull that back up, y'all.
Chops that foul.
Get back up.
Maloney, one of those 400 hitters at the top of this lineup. No longer the 40 acres of Texas, but the 400 acres at the top of the order. Another 3-2. And
Oh, nice defense, man. Nice defense. Dude, they got their middle infield. I mean, their left side of the infield is great.
Well, this is the reason why Oklahoma does this. It's the shift right here. It puts Garcia in that 5-6 hole. Normally, if Garcia's in a normal position, that potentially is a base hit through the 5-6 hole. But nope, Garcia's right there to scoop it up. Can't get it past that wall there on the left side.
And not having to go to her backhand, but her forehand.
Yeah.
That allows her to throw her out easier.
first pitch swinging for Caden Henry out of Dickinson, Texas. All SEC second teamer. So on Thursday, the two newcomers here to the SEC beat two of the old timers in the SEC to stay in the winner's bracket.
So Keaton Henry is very similar in that she will do a whole lot of short game, a ton of speed, but you see they're not shifting her. They're playing regular defense because Henry will spray it. She's got 3 home runs on the season as well. She can find a gap. You don't want to risk it as much with Caden Henry.
Yeah, left side will be up. Right side is back. That's Sid Sanders at first, way back behind the bag. Agbayane as well, deep in that second base hole. So expecting a little bit more power to that right side.
She's almost a perfect hybrid of the two batters that bookend her. Ashton Maloney in front of her short game, Mia Scott with the pop behind her.
Henry does have 22 bunt singles this season, but she'll swing there. Out chasing after. That's a single season record, 446 batting average. Big bats to follow after the speed here at the top. Scott and Atwood can change a game with one swing. They add the power to that average. Right back up the middle, and it will be a base runner for Mia Scott, who strides to the plate, playing now in her 3rd World Series for Texas.
This is a good 2-strike swing. We saw it with Ella Parker. This one's a little bit more elevated, but you see it's a 3/4 swing. She's just trying to poke this to the middle. She does that, and now the fastest runner for Texas is on first base.
Scott starting in her 251st game today. Was 2 for 4 in the opener on Thursday. Coming in here with a 7-game hitting streak in which she has 12 hits and 10 runs scored. Way back in the box with that wide open stance. Runner goes, the throw is a bit offline. And now a runner in scoring position after Henry swipes a base. Holly?
Well, she is fast for a reason. She is a state champion in the 100 and 200 meters. She has got blazing speed, and you saw it on that still. Dickinson High School, she was a standout. She could probably run track at Texas, too, but she's busy doing this in softball.
That's her 31st stolen base of the year. Using that track technique.
Well, and I think they're going to pick a little bit on Bella Emmerling behind the dish because she has a tendency to not finish her throw, so the throws go off to the right side of second base. I think there's a big opportunity for Texas if they can get on base to try to steal some bases off her.
Yeah, she's only caught 3 of the 19 that have run on her. Scott appeared to be considering a bunt on that pitch. She's only struck out 8 times all season. Really good at putting the ball in play.
What?
And it is another full count.
That is
Eyes and
bullshit,
hands. That's
man.
Mia Scott. Great understanding of the
Hook 'em,
strike
baby.
zone.
Hook 'em.
Watch her
Hook 'em.
hands with 2 strikes.
Dude.
Her ability to be able to put the ball in play no matter where the ball is.
Look at that shitty ass orange helmet.
That was a fucking strikeout, man.
The opposite way, and that's a fair ball.
What?
Oh, God
Henry
damn
had
it.
to hold on it, so she goes to
That's
third,
fair.
and it's runners on the corners with
I
one
thought that
out.
was foul.
Cassidy said it was foul.
A great job, Mia Scott, with 2 strikes. Just being able to put this in play off the end of the bat. But watch Cassidy Pickering. She's going to do it deep. She's going to pretend like she's caught this, which makes Kaden Henry have to hold. She doesn't do this. Henry easily scores. We just talked about her speed. This is a ball that she can score on easily. Nice heads up by Cassidy Pickering and left.
So now chance for Reese Atwood. And another throw down, and that's going to
Oh,
Henry
damn
come in and score. Scott will motor around
Damn
the
it.
third.
She is not good,
And
man.
Texas, with speed on the bases, generates a run.
And I think that's what this Texas team has to do to compete
In
with
your
this
face,
strong
man.
Oklahoma
Bad,
team
boy.
is they've got to create some chaos for this Oklahoma defense. And so the takeoff, first and third situation,
That was so
immediately as soon
stupid.
as the throw goes down, Henry takes off toward home.
Relax.
Agbayani, the
Stupid.
throw is going to float a little bit, so Emmerling is not able to grab that in. That allows Mia Scott to advance all the way to third.
So they score on a double steal and an error, and it's 1-0 Texas, and Scott now 60 feet away. And nobody happier than Reese Atwood herself that she can take off the bunt and swing it.
Well, Oklahoma still has to be so careful with Reese Atwood right now. She sees a ton of walks, a ton of balls outside of the zone because she is the best hitter in this lineup. However, on deck is the home run hitter, Jolie Mitchell.
Reese Atwood, deep fly ball to Pickering, almost on the track. And here comes Scott headed for home, a race she will win easily. 2-0 Longhorns on the Atwood sac fly.
Boy, and that error by Agbayani, the throwing error that allows Mia Scott to go over to third. Just her second error of the season. A Gold Glove winner, second baseman Agbayani is, but because of that error, Scott's at third, gives Atwood the opportunity for the sacrifice fly.
And that will bring up Jolie Mitchell, the grad student from Rosebud, Arkansas, with the 2 home runs on Thursday. Couple of solo shots. Just as impressive for Jolie, she sent one to left center and one to right center against the Gators.
Ball.
First Texas player to do that, hit a couple out in the same World Series game. Big start for the Longhorns, who have lost 22 of the last 25 head-to-head meetings, and they have not beaten Oklahoma in the state of Oklahoma since 2014. That's 25 games in a row.
It's been dominating. I mean, Oklahoma has just really had their number. They've intimidated them, and you could just tell that Texas rarely has played their best softball against Oklahoma, and I think that's what Mike White wants. He's like, let's just go out and play Texas softball, play our best version of ourselves.
Landry gets her upstairs for her first strikeout, but a couple on the board. One done. Our winners bracket Saturday. The winner moves on to the national semifinals.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, man, that they gave up.
So last night.
4 major signs. It's not your first time living on the earth.
Outlaw.
Yep.
There you go. That's man, Emmerling is the weak link in this lineup, defensively, offensively. I'm a little worried about that. They're probably going to be stealing second on us the whole time. Anytime they get someone on first, they're probably going to take second or at least try to. So that's a little worrisome. It's just going to come down to whether Oklahoma can start, getting some offense. What's going on with the game?
All right, there we go. I just got on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I accidentally hit the wrong button. Still learning, man. Still learning.
Oh, you're good.
We got over 180 people in here right now.
Well, see if we can get some of y'all to go smash that like button. That helps us a lot.
And subscribing normally means you're paying for something, like if you got a magazine or something. But subscriptions are absolutely free. It just allows y'all to know when we're up and on the air. Please subscribe to the channel.
Y'all could help us out. We really appreciate it, man. We're just a couple of common Joes trying to have a little fun on YouTube.
That's right. Common Joes and Common Sallies in the know.
With the people.
Even more so than all the media talking heads.
With the people, which we can,
That's right. We listen to the people.
At some point, you could easily find yourself on the show. I am a Common Joe subscriber of the show that happens to get on with Jesse every once in a while. Same thing could happen to you. That's the beauty of this posse. The Outlaw Posse.
And y'all let us know in the comment section that y'all preferred the main announcers, and that's what you got.
You're right, Charles. That was a strikeout. There's been a couple of bad calls again. At least we don't have some 11-year-old prepubescent boy behind the plate going, "Honey, honey, honey." She sounded like
She sounded like Charlotte Flair. She's like, "Woo, woo."
That was horrible.
Miss Outlaw just broke in here. Let me put the game back on for the main announcers.
That's where I want to go. And a hero for them in the early going of this tournament. Here's Sid Sanders for OU, 6'7", coming up to face Tegan Cavan.
Tell Tegan Cavan early on wants to live down in the zone. She wants those ground balls. It's what she saw in the first inning. Even the base hits, she'll take a ground ball through the infield. She wants to keep the ball out of the air.
Well, just to your point, that's exactly how she beat Florida in Game 1. She's been outstanding here at the Women's College World Series as a freshman this year against Florida, and it's because she's developed a drop this year. She was very heavy rise ball last year as a freshman, a lot more down this year.
Well, she's 3-1 in her World Series career. The one loss was to Oklahoma. The 3 wins were all complete game shutouts. She beat Nigeri Kennedy twice last year and Keegan Rothrock on Thursday. So OU is the bugaboo for Texas, and they're trying to exercise that here today. Full count to Sanders, who's very good at drawing walks. And she'll get one there to lead off the second inning.
Kavana's done a good job of really creating more vertical separation this year. Last year, she was very heavy rise ball, almost 80%. This year, she's lowered the rise ball. She's increased that drop ball to 25% usage. And that's over the season. Here at the World Series, she has been a lot more heavy down ball, trying to induce those ground outs and let her defense play for her.
And a lot more of those drop balls on Thursday. Tim Walton was even talking about that in his postgame, the Florida coach. Yeah, you know, a lot more down than we've seen in the past from her. And she gave up just 2 hits to one of the best lineups in the country.
And I think the challenge for her today is that Chris Neighbors, the home plate umpire, has a little bit of a different zone, so not getting some of those lower pitches. So she's going to have to mix in a little bit more of that rise ball. Oklahoma's very good at laying off pitches out of the zone.
Ilana Agbayani, one of the 6 new additions to the starting lineup this year. The transfer from BYU, originally from Hawaii. Looking for her first hit of the World Series. Walked and scored on Thursday.
That ball foul.
It was her 7th inning drawn walk that ended up being the big difference in that game. She got on base, Pickering singled, and that allowed Ella Parker to come to the plate and hit a walk-off home run.
The Sooners just have a way of being able to capitalize on the free passes.
Agbayani actually just moved off the plate. That 2 pitches before, she fouled one off her shin, and now she's backed off the plate, trying to protect from Kavan getting in and inside on her. They come back there.
Inside pitch.
And that's going to be the key for Kavan this year is going, for this game is going to be attacking those lefties, being able to get them out. Her split on batting average against is higher on the left for the lefties than it is the righties. And then maintaining control of her body.
5 lefties in the lineup today for OU. And Katie Bennett at second, and everybody.
That's what I'm talking about. There's the Texas Longhorns that I know and love.
5 losses to Oklahoma in the last 3 World Series. In those 5 games, 10 errors.
Well, this is well struck at Bennett, but right at her. And you can see she pulls up her head. She's thinking double play immediately before that ball is in the pocket of her glove. And it's just those little things. You pull your head up thinking about how am I going to get it to my teammate Good coming across for that double play. And that's where the bobbles happen. Tegan Kavan it's going to be very important for her to really work on her mechanics, keeping herself solid and upright. If you take a look at her, when she's upright, she has the ability to throw better through the zone. So you see on the left, she's more upright. Look at on the right-hand side when she starts to...
While they're talking that smack, if you don't mind, like Kilbree said numerous times, jump out, hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. It gets the party bigger. Gets this.
By the way, that error that you just saw at second base, this is what I attribute that to the mental edge that Oklahoma has over Texas. They clearly are still pressing a little bit. I thought maybe they were a little loose considering the way they swung the bat at the bottom of the first, but it's clearly in their head. It's still clearly in their head.
We got over 200 people here now, so yeah. Smash the like button and subscribe. It helps keep the likes on around here.
We just went over 30 likes, so I appreciate that. Nice bunt. Nice bunt.
Only play is
nice
to
bunt.
First.
Productive out.
1 down and 2 in scoring position. As Emmerling drops down her first sack bunt of the season.
Well, and I think that was an important call by Patty Gasso because Emmerling being right-handed, opportunity to have a roll into a double play herself. I love that Patty Gasso says, no, we got to put a couple runs up on the board ourselves. We're going to sacrifice her.
That'll bring up Abby Dayton with a hit in 5 of her last 6 games. And Dayton drops down on the grass in shallow center, and Sanders will score.
There you go.
Runners at first and third with 1 out and back to the top of the order.
How about first pitch swinging to Abby Dayton down here in the 9 hole? Excited for the opportunity to come up, runners in scoring position, and this is on her hands, which is actually better for her because it's not hit all the way to Henry. It just drops in perfectly for a base hit. Sooners are on the board.
Bottom of the order produces a run with one hit. And a couple of free passes. One comes in to score. One's at third base. Here's Cassidy Pickering, first pitch swinging. To the right side, a chance for two again. No.
She's safe.
And Oklahoma
tie game.
Woo!
Tie ball game. Woo! Tie ball game, baby. That's huge. Putting two right back on the board as soon as Texas scores. That's big time.
Cassidy Pickering coming from that left side, opportunity to beat that out, and because of it, Agbayani giving her some love, coming in to score to knot up this game.
Costly with the walk and the error as they both come in.
Come on, baby.
And here's Ella Parker with one on. Singled. Out to left center, first time up. Red hot this NCAA tournament, hitting .429 with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in their 6 games.
That's when you know you're hot. When you're swinging a pitch up and out of the zone and a place that like most hitters don't want to swing at, that's when you're seeing it big.
Well, and Jess, she's capable of hitting that out of the yard.
We saw even Thursday, 2 home runs, 2 different pitches. I mean, she was able to pull a ball down the right field line. That was early in the game against Tennessee, just to put them on the board. And then this was what hurt. The very end walk-off, dead center field,
Step into a new 2025 Kia Sportage and set out on your next adventure. Wherever the road takes you, Sportage offers the perfect blend of performance and capability.
Play at second, keeps it on the dirt, but Pickering safe at second, and there are 2 aboard with 2 outs.
What happened?
And the infield hit for Ella. Don't think that one was in the zone either.
We missed the hit. Rewind.
This is low and away, and actually her legs aren't even in this. This is all off the end of the bat. How about Kitty Bennett, though? I mean, just to get.
That was stupid ass YouTube. You know, they put their own commercials on here too.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, they
That's
just
all
pop
right.
that shit
That's
up
all
all
right.
of a sudden, man. They'll pop it up in the middle of an inning.
That's all right. That's all right. We
Marinas.
got 2 on. Come on, Nelly.
Chase is down and in at 70 miles an hour.
Big right
from
here.
Kavan.
Nelly can get an RBI here and have Oklahoma take the lead, man. That's huge.
0 for 2 against Tennessee on Thursday. Reached with a walk. And Kavan's got a row 2. %50% of those hits on the year extras. She's got Pickering at second, Parker at first.
Kavan's going to have to figure out how to get the lefties of Oklahoma out. Every hit in this game so far has been off of a left-handed bat. New coming in with those splits, we're going to be tough on Kavan.
What's the fastest
Lefties hit about
softball you've ever
85
seen thrown?
points. There you see it, 85 points or
79.
so higher. 259. It's 259 left-handers hit off of Kavan.
Carlin
Righties
Pickens
hit
threw
just a buck
79.4 against Nebraska in the Super Regional. I was watching.
2 runs across here on the top of the second for the Sooners. Here's her chase the rise, and Kavan with her first strikeout. A couple stranded, but a couple in a 2-2 ball game.
Man,
You almost got me.
that sucks. But
Yeah. Y'all
to
tied
put
the game up though, man. That's
2 back on the board. That's big. That's big. But you left 2 on base. 1 in the scoring position. That's man. Those things tend to haunt you. In the end. But putting 2 right back on the board after Texas starts the game off scoring and 2 in the bottom of the first. That's a big deal, man. That's huge.
Am I pretty well caught up? Am I pretty well caught up over here?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, because sometimes it'll lag back, man. It pisses me. It's gonna get me cussed. Stupid ass YouTube will pop their own commercials up. I don't think that'll demonetize me, but it's aggravating as hell, man. And then they'll make you watch it for at least 5 to 10 seconds sometimes. Sometimes 15 seconds. They'll force a 15-second ad on you where you can't get out of it. Y'all just popped in here. We're doing this live stream with Oklahoma versus Texas, but we go to the main announcers after the commercial and after the breaks. We go back to the main announcers. So if you want to hear the main announcers, they will be coming back up. Me and Killer Breeze give our commentary during the breaks.
The dude on the left, Charles, is the outlaw. He is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. John Doyle, what's happening, brother? Good to see you. I think you need to put our faces to the side when you have a comment highlighted. That way it won't block the... There you go.
Yeah, you can't see it right now because the thing's so small. I got an Oklahoma, Alabama cutting board over here to your left. It was sent to me by an Oklahoma fan. I'm all about the two Crimson Nations. Alabama and Oklahoma are my favorite teams. Some people would call that being a bandwagon, but I don't root for Alabama against anybody. So I'm not really a bandwagon. I just got a second, third, and fourth favorite team that I like to watch sometimes. That cutting board, by the way, was provided to me by Eric Mofield of Mo's Woodsmith Shop. You'll see his information at the bottom on the scroll down here. I also got the metal signage over there.
What does that say on the screen, Outlaw? That said 8th meeting between OU and Texas in the World Series, and Oklahoma has won all previous 7.
That's got to suck. That's got to suck for Texas.
Scored twice in
all
the
right,
first.
come on, Sam.
With speed on the bases, they were very disruptive. And now a slugger to the plate. Homer against Florida on Thursday. A couple of home runs against Michigan in the regionals in a single game. Top 10 in the country and runs batted in with 77. That one's in for a strike from Sam Landry.
That's why you're supposed to call it.
Well, and she just really does a good job of stepping off. Look how far to the left she's almost out of that pitcher's lane. She'll step far left and shoot that ball back underneath the righties. Trying to throw that screwball.
Ball.
She's really trying to work that angle.
It's hard for lefties, too. That was one of the toughest pitches to hit as a left-handed hitter. Righties, too. She creates a very unique angle.
Ball.
And ball 4 to Katie Stewart.
Not good.
Lead off aboard.
So this is what Sam Landry will do in order to really mix up her pitches. Look at the way she's really going to come
Appreciate
off to
that, John
left
Doyle.
side, almost outside of that pitching lane so that she can shoot the ball back underneath the hands of right-handed hitters. Just a lot of movement. She'll throw a curveball across her body to her glove side of the plate, but she really likes to live on that arm side. Screwball as well as a backdoor curveball.
At the flank.
Snap throw down to first, and Stewart is able to dive back in. Oh, 2 to Leanne Good.
Ball.
And our rules expert, Christy Cornwell. Tell us about that pitching lane and what is legal and not. Well, the pitching lane is the area that the pitcher is restricted to when she lands. However, in this case, if any part of her foot is on or touching the line, she's considered within the lane. So you can see on that pitch she was good.
Nice.
And they got a double play.
Nice.
Sanders to Garcia.
Boomer, boomer, shakalaka, boomer.
Well, I think Texas is going to ask for a replay on this because as soon as you take the force off at first base and you get the out there, you have to then make the tag on Katie Stewart at second.
Is that your girl from yesterday?
No.
Ruling on the field is out at second base. Texas is challenging that ruling. The play is under review.
How many challenges do you get?
2.
All right. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah, she's
her
out.
foot popped up. It looked like on the slide and may not have been down on the base. Here's a better angle.
She's out.
Is the heel in there?
That's hard to
Garcia's knee is
Here's a better
blocking
look.
that look.
Better look right here.
She's out. She's out.
Call is out, so they would need video evidence that shows she's safe to change it. Yeah, the cleats got hung up on the dirt there.
What do you think? Sliding in the
Good job
dirt,
by
moron.
Gabby Garcia,
Of course
knowing
the
that
cleats
she's
are gonna
got to
get
apply
caught
the
up in the
tag.
dirt.
It's no longer a force out.
Oof. And the tag is applied, it looks to the ankle or the top of the foot.
I mean, if they had called her safe, I would say she's safe. Because they call her out, is it enough to overturn?
Yeah, I agree, Jess. I don't know that there's enough video evidence
No.
to show that the foot gets there for the tag.
Yeah, that foot popping up in the air, I think, will prove costly. Much bigger target for Garcia. As it stands, it would be the 6th double play of the tournament
After
for the
review,
Sooners.
the call is upheld. The runner is out.
Boom, shakalaka, boom.
2 down.
Well, I'm talking about defense is stellar.
And that erases the leadoff walk.
She's not safe, Carl. She's
28th double
out.
play of the year for the Sooners.
She was out.
So nobody on now for Katie Simmons, who gets the start as a designated player today.
Wrong.
Her 6th at-bat of the NCAA tournament. They've used several different folks as the DP pretty much throughout the course of the year. Mike White tries to find the hottest bat at any given moment. Katie has World Series experience and has it against Oklahoma.
Ball.
Mike White says sometimes it's just righty or lefty. Sometimes if we know we're going to need somebody who can bunt well down the bottom of the order, we'll go with her. All depends on the matchups. Here's the 2-1 from Landry.
Ball.
Paul Peterson wants
Katie
another
Simmons,
review.
I think it's more
He wants a
about
review
a
on the
combination of
review.
contact. She's got some pop too, but who he's been putting in this slot have been a lot more power and less contact. They're going to strike out a lot more, and he does not want strikeouts. He wants the
You
ball
a
to be put
homer.
in play.
He's a homer. There's the homer right there.
No doubt. No doubt.
He's a homer.
No doubt about it. 100%
He's a
without
homer.
doubt.
Similar to the opener, Smitty,
He's a
Landry's
homer.
been living on the edge here with a lot of full counts, a lot of 3-ball
Let's
counts.
get some people that are homers to go smash that
Pitched
like
35
button.
pitches already.
Help
Just a
us out,
second
man.
inning.
Hit that like button.
And her 2nd walk of the inning.
Damn it.
And now Katie Bennett will try and make amends for the error in the top half of the inning. In the 9th spot in the order.
0.
It's the part of the lineup that Texas has really tried to focus on just to try to make something happen, to roll it over
0-7
to those
in
400
the
acres,
series.
as you like to call them, Demo.
Come on, Sam.
In for a strike to Bennett. Oh for 1 with a walk against Florida.
Ball.
Oh, come on, man.
Go ahead run down at first for the Horns with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second.
Ball.
Missing to that pitch low in the zone that Sam Landry has been able to really target at the knees. Drop balls just a little bit low out of the zone. She's backwards this inning, 11 balls, so just 7 strikes.
There we go.
Chops that out to left center. Dayton calling for it, and she's got it side retired with a runner left.
There we go. There we go. Hey, by the way, little trivia, a little bit of trivia for you. There's a new professional softball league. I think it's brand new, the AUSL. And Sam Landry was the #1 draft pick of the league.
You're allowed to draft him in the middle of the season?
Yeah, she was drafted by the Volts. I don't know what city they're in. I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me now?
I can hear you a little better now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's not as loud as it usually is.
Well, I don't know what the deal is.
That's a little better.
Maybe I just need to.
But anyway,
Mike, maybe am I? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Can y'all hear me?
We're only 1 like away, man, from hitting 40. Somebody get me to 40, man. Somebody do it for me. I know somebody can go hit me. Go get me to 40 likes, man. Help us out. We appreciate it.
The liking only takes 2 seconds of your time, and subscribing only takes 2 seconds.
If you subscribe, that'd be awesome too. Hey, we're gonna do this quite often. We go live quite often as well. Try to talk about college football, and we like to keep it real, and we like to keep the common folk out there. This is a show of the common folk. There's no elitists, no elitists here. We don't think we're different or better than anybody else because we're not.
By the way, John Doyle gave us a lot of compliments. He said he enjoys watching us do these games more than watching the game itself.
Man, that's awesome. We just got to 52, man. That's all. Y'all are great, man. I appreciate that.
Now, they smashed the hell out of that 40 for you, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I appreciate the hell out of that. Y'all are awesome, man.
13 times over because they are what? The home of the Common Joe and the Common Side of the No.
They're the outlaw posse.
Than all those media talking heads.
We're building a posse here, folks. Come join us, man. Come join the posse revolution.
Can y'all hear me in the comment section? Can y'all hear me talking? Can y'all hear Killer Breeze talking?
By the way, the game is black. There we go.
It's just in commercial.
There we go.
I fully expect for YouTube to insert their enema commercial in a minute. Bunch of assholes. Just here's a commercial right in the middle of an inning. So Oregon plays the winner of Texas Tech. Y'all are going to play Tennessee in the elimination game Sunday. If y'all win, y'all have to play Tennessee again.
Yeah, that's fine.
I reckon. I guess that's what the bracket was saying.
No, because Tennessee's on the other side of the bracket now. So
Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, Holly with you in this rematch of last year's final.
No.
Won by the Oklahoma Sooners. In fact, OU has won 4 in a row. Twice beating Texas. To the top of the third, it's Gabby Garcia and 4, 5, and 6. To face Tegan Kavan.
With some likes.
Both their runs coming from the bottom of the order in the last inning. Garcia hacks that to second. Bennett with the range.
That's a good play, man. Like I said, Texas is good. Texas is a legit threat.
Nice job by Bennett to go get that ball. Looked like it was going to sneak through the 3-4 hole.
that range. So the infield move different positions throughout the season.
Here's Sydney Barker. Popped up to second with a couple runners on base, her first time up to end that first inning.
Just to your point, that it all started, right? All that shifting of the defense for Texas all started at the Oklahoma series in Norman. They brought Katie Stewart in to play short, decided that they wanted Leanne Good.
Another one of the true freshmen.
Sydney
to her
Barker, original position
as outstanding this
which
year.
Is second base, even though now she's at that shortstop position.
It's unusual to have your left fielder be your shortstop.
Yeah.
And right now, what was your left fielder be your second baseman? Those aren't where you see a lot of transition back and forth.
Well, it didn't work great, which is why in the postseason, at this point in the season, they're like, all right, we need to make some switches again.
Well, of course, the reason that all started is because their All-America candidate and shortstop Viviana Martinez got hurt in the offseason. They had everybody coming back pretty much before Martinez got hurt. So this is by far the much more experienced group Texas is than Patty Gasso's club, with all the newcomers experiencing the World Series for the first time. Texas has several that have been down this road before, including Atwood and Mia Scott. Another chase of the rise. Strikeout number 2 for Kavan.
Well, one of the things you know when you see the ball out of the hand of Kavan, she's got that multi-level rise ball, uses it again to give her second strikeout of the game using that rise ball.
What you got, Holly Rowe?
Well, right before that pitch, I saw Mia Scott go over and give some words of encouragement to Tegan Kavan. This is because of a meeting that they had before the NCAA tournament started. Tegan was saying, I need more support. In the circle, she had turned around and seen what she described as worried eyes from her defenders behind her. And she said, I need you guys to hype me up and get me pumped up. So Mia Scott, who's usually pretty quiet over there, is over there yelling at Tegan, walked all the way to the circle to give her some words of encouragement. Result, strikeout. That's teamwork.
Yeah, that took place in the Super Regionals. They had to win a couple of elimination games against Clemson as Mitchell gloves that pop up. And Kavan and that vocal defense get a 1, 2, 3 inning.
Well, looks like Kavan is having a better game. She settled down a little bit, came back and had a great inning. That's Texas is a real threat, man. They've got legit talent.
The Outlaw comment section's really pumping us up today, man. They're giving us all sorts of compliments. I'm starting to feel like I'm a good person. After all, I had one guy tell me I was a good person, man. You don't need to be saying that around old Marshmallow Watkins, man. You might make him, Jason Watkins might lose his noodle and wet his diaper, man.
That's always possible. You just never know. You never know with that guy.
I don't want to make Jason Watkins lose his bowels, man. That'll be a bad sight to behold, you know?
Probably hey, man, if y'all can share the show out, man, we're getting close to 300 people watching. Let's see if we can't crack 300, man.
Yeah, y'all bring some people up in here.
We're up to 60 likes. Y'all are awesome on that. Let's see if we can't crack. I'm going for it, man. Let's crack 300 likes. 300 subs, 300 watching. Jesus, I can't talk. Let's crack the 300 mark on people watching with us.
You keep saying
let's see if we can't crack that on the likes. Let's get it up to 100.
You keep saying,
I said it. I said it. 100.
You keep saying crack a lot, man. You sure you ain't on crack out there?
I love crack, but the booty.
Yeah, I like women's crack.
Yeah, man.
Jerry Strong. New name in the house. Loser of this game will switch brackets.
Give me 1 second. What's up, John Christophic's in the house?
Charles Crow flies high. I ain't got to say that name yet. I've been wanting to say it. That's a hell of a name. I like that name. Crow flies high says, thank you to the Outlaw panel for supporting our Sooners. It's easy. It's easy to support somebody that's making it a fun thing to do. I used to not watch softball until the last couple of years. Alabama, my team, is pretty good in softball too. We've won a national. Unfortunately, they put us against Oklahoma, which was horse shit. We should have gotten an easier draw than that in the Super Regional. Charles Crowsfly says, I'm a beast, but so is Jason Watkins. Yeah, he's a beast, all right.
Hey, you know what, man? We don't care about that. It's all.
You're right.
It's all,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being mean. I won't say anything else mean about him.
It's all love. Who gives a shit?
I heard he wanted to make up, though. So we might make up. Who knows?
There ain't no room. Life is too short.
You're right. You're right. My bad. I digress, at least for the next 5 seconds.
This year's will get underway when we get down to the final 2 teams. Best 2 out of 3 starting.
I just got a new car, but that meant that I had to get rid of my old car quick. So I just went to pedal.com. It has.
What I tell you? And I tell you that shit was coming.
Here's Ashton Maloney back to the top.
Am I caught up?
Yeah.
Facing Landry.
Back to that shift. No right fielder, 3 on the left side.
Last time the shift worked, guys, for Oklahoma, as Maloney found the 5-6 hole blocked by the shortstop, Gabby Garcia, who had slid over.
It's super unique to even look at. See 5 infielders.
Yeah, and there's no secrets. Bella Emmerling, even the catcher, sets up early on the outer half of the plate. And there you can see them. They're all right over there. So Maloney.
So what I would see is right field. Yes. But I hit. So I'd be like, oh, please, please give me something middle in.
Is it at all possible? Do slappers practice swinging away at all? Like in a situation like this, like, wow, would she be tempted to just try a swing once?
In a situation like this, but also I think, Jess, right, if there's runners in scoring position, a lot of times it takes the slaps advantage away.
Her strength is her short game. So if you're making her swing, you're winning.
Off the glove of Landry and scooped up at second by the right fielder, Parker, but Maloney beats the shift.
Okay, you got 6, including Sam Landry, who tips off her glove. So look at all the red that Ashton Maloney has to find dirt on, and she does it, to be able to get it off the tip to get to first base. You guys, this is so difficult with all of the defenders that were there. She figured out a way.
Here's Caden Henry, a single and a run scored back in the first. Dropping down a bunt, putting pressure on Landry, who fires to first, and the sacrifice moves Maloney. Holly Rowe?
Well, you can see Sam Landry making some great defensive plays out there. It's because she can really see the ball. She's been wearing glasses her whole life, but she does have a unique style. She wears the clear for the field, but in real life, she wears black frames. The famous legend in youth softball, she forgot the glasses, her black glasses one day, so she was forced to wear the clear ones, and she pitched a perfect game. So now that's clear glasses.
Yeah, don't mess with the streak. Got the perfect game with the clear glasses. Might as well keep using them.
Yeah, all the young girls that you see that now have the Sam Landry style, she should have a deal at this point.
There's Mia Scott. Opposite field, out to Cassidy Pickering, and that will not advance the runner. 2 down. Interesting development here this inning. Mike White has switched from third base coach to first base coach. So the base coaches swap here, guys.
Well, watch where his eyes are. I mean,
Nobody
he's
cares.
all about picking pitches. He normally is on that third base side to be able to see, but he's seeing something out of Landry from this side. So whether it's coming out behind her, whether it's something with her glove, this is what he's looking at.
Reese Atwood, first pitch swinging out of play.
And he picked her changeup during the series in Norman, and so Landry made the adjustment to really bring that glove around her grip. So now he's trying to look in between the body and the glove, see if he can see something that way. Kristen Zaleski goes to the third base coach's box.
Willing to get into her head.
Yeah. Reese Atwood, big chance here. Last year, Reese set a school record single season for RBIs. This year, the second most RBIs in a single season, which has bumped her up already to number 1 in her career.
Amazing.
Number 2 in home runs, and she's got another year still to go. Chance to give Texas the lead. Atwood skies that one out to Pickering, not deep enough. And Landry works out of the jam.
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Had a little trouble on the base path. We got out of it. Let's clap it up.
300. We're at 300. 302.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's push those likes, man. Come on, y'all are awesome.
You know why?
Help us out.
The Common Joes are where it's at, man. There's more of us than there are of them.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's time to kick the elitists down to the ground with the rest of us. And we take it back.
Can I get an amen from Killer Breeze?
We create our own. We create our own environment, man. Everyone is welcome, but we ain't tolerating no nonsense. This is the home of the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the know, where everything y'all say is important. We want to hear it. Like we're nothing unless we got banter with you guys in the chat. So let's clap it up. Oklahoma looking good. I like where we're at.
The motto is that way because without the Common Joes, then, you know, all the media talking heads don't have a story. Common Joes always put you in the know. Even the Common Sally's in the know, like Crystal. She's a Common Sally in the know.
Here's the thing, man. At least, you know, we're never going to BS people. We're going to call strikes and balls, pun intended. And, you know, man, that's the way it should be.
Right. If something's a marshmallow, we call it a marshmallow. Sorry, I promised I wouldn't do it again. I'm sorry. I apologize. My rude behavior.
That's right, Charles. Blue collar Southern man. That's myself. I'm from South Louisiana.
Now, blue collar anywhere. There's
That's
good
right.
people. There's good people in California and New York. They're just outnumbered by the big city goofballs.
That's right. Man, we're one away from 70 likes. Come on, man. Somebody, just get one of y'all to get in there and get me a like, man. Just get me over 7.
Yeah, y'all hit that like button, subscribe. It's all free. Now, if you want to get a badge and get deputized, like some of these people in here, like Killer Breeze, for example, all you gotta do is hit that join button over by the subscribe button. It's just $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. You'll get a badge and get deputized. Get a random 4 horseman shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day.
Yes, we just hit 70. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Hey, by the way, not only thank you, Logan Lee. You the man. I just saw it, dude. I appreciate that. By the way, if you subscribe and you get your badge, you will also potentially end up on the show with everyone, which is one of the great things about the Outlaw Posse is that you could easily end up on the show with us or with Jesse. It's just a cool group, man. Cool group. All right, let's get back to the game. Put us on the side.
In the third, here we go in the fourth. It's 7-8-9 for Oklahoma.
Well, Mike White made a good point about that weekend of, you know, not winning a game and said if it's another jersey that's not Oklahoma, we win a game at least. Yeah, but there has been something mental about when they see Oklahoma and then they get beat. It's like they're just automatically feeling like they're on their heels.
Yeah, a couple of close games that they just create a different mind shift. Probably in those games, winning those games.
Fighting. This is a Texas team. They can be scrappy. They've got a lot of not just energy, but there's a lot of sass there. It did not show up that entire weekend, and that's a huge part of their game. Is the fact that they do fight. They will make mistakes. They will lose, but how they respond.
Trying to get to the semifinals for the 6th time.
Good time. Good eye.
They've gone
Come
twice
on,
under
baby.
Mike White, 3 times prior to that with Connie Clark.
Mike White is just so
Really good
desperate for a
pitching from
win
the
against
likes of Krista
Oklahoma.
Williams and Kat Osterman and Blair Luna over the years for Texas.
Ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Honey draws the leadoff walk. Last time in the second inning that happened, Oklahoma scored their 2 runs.
Well, that was kind of the nemesis as well for Carlin Pickens, right? The last
$5 donation from Charles Crows Flies. If you want to comment with that, Charles, you got your comment out and then hit send.
Charles is the man. There's Isabella Emmerling getting out again.
Click the donation at the bottom, then write your comment, and then hit click a second time. That way you get your money's worth, brother.
Man, Isabella Emmerling, dude, God bless her, but she is just not Sooner softball level, dude. She's just not. Man, she's got a ton of experience, but man, she's
6 teams remain. Florida and Ole Miss have been sent home. We expected a lot of parity. There were 4 different teams that were ranked number 1 at some point this season, including these 2. But it's been rough going for the top seeds. Look at all the toppling going on. So Oklahoma, Texas, and Tennessee, the only ones left. Those names in black all bounced, including Texas A&M, the number 1 seed. Just the 3rd time in history that number 1 is not here at the World Series. Five SEC teams made it, 3 remain. It's been 10 years since the SEC last won a championship. Florida went back-to-back in 2014 and 15.
3 remain because they made us play each other.
That's right.
Since then, it's been a whole lot of Sooners. 2-2 to Dayton. Rolls one to second. Bennett. And they'll just get the lead runner. Good decides not to turn it.
Pickering is due, by the way. Pickering might jack this ball deep.
Arrival on the team bus for the Red Raiders.
Pickering
First
is
time
due.
here at the World Series. They could be just the 3rd team in 25 years to get to the semifinals in their first trip. Most recently, Odyssey Alexander and JMU back in 2021. Oklahoma did it in 2000. That is the last first-timer to win the World Series. Hasn't happened in 25 years. And for Texas Tech as a 12 seed, they are looking to become the lowest seed to ever win the championship. Pickering coming back at us. Too high. Too high. That was too high.
I was trying. You know, it was this game that I caught my foul ball in Norman.
You've already got 1 press box assist this year.
That's right.
Yes.
Katie Stewart, foul ball off of the down at Love's Field.
Big hands as a pitcher.
Exactly. Bam. Actually, I caught it with my right hand, so I protected the left hand.
Ball.
You know. Use the glove hand, not the pitching hand. Same thing with throwing punches, right? Don't use your
Bull Durham.
Pitching hand, Bull Durham.
We're at 316.
Davis. 2-1 pitch. Top coming back around again for the Sooners. 2-2.
That was a big swing, too, from Cassidy Pickering. That's why the pitch call was so perfect. 58 miles an hour, but did not get picked up.
Ball.
Come on, Cassidy. Shit.
Reese Atwood upset with that one. Standing up right now, arguing, which you rarely see from her. She turned around, had some words.
Yeah, shaking her head.
That's a pitch against this part of the order.
Dayton will be on the run from first. Pickering fouls that one off.
Same location. I think Cassidy Pickering knows, okay, I'm probably not going to get that call twice in a row. But for Tegan and Kavan, when you're facing a batter like Cassidy Pickering, you can't have any missed calls.
No. I mean, it's hard enough to strike him out with 3 strikes, more or less 4 strikes.
Got her, but she does it.
Strikeout number 3 for Tegan Kavan, and it stays 2-2.
That's big, man. Cassidy's in a little bit of a rut. I think she's only 1 for her last 5. Or last, let's see, she went 1 for 4, so she's 1 for her last 6.
Whiff. The Hook'em Horns whiffed you on that one.
She's 1 for her last 6.
You know,
all right, man. We're one like away from 80.
The biggest. I thought Texas might be y'all's biggest obstacle. What I said before the tournament.
Well, you know they are. And
you don't want to give them anything, but
they have a good team. But it's not just that. It's they've lost. They've been a couple of teams that have handled up on Texas. I mean, they finished the year, ended up at 5 or 6. They weren't even, Now, the interesting thing is Texas spent, I don't know this for sure, but I bet I'm right. Texas spent more weeks at number 1 this year than any other school. So, it's not like they don't have a great team. They definitely have a great team. So, they could certainly pull this game out. And we just we left. That's another runner we left on base. I think that's 5 total that we've left on base so far.
You know what happened to Tennessee yesterday when they did that? So
yeah. Now the only nice thing is Texas has left people on base too. So it's kind of
they have been doing that. The defense has been pretty good by both teams, I think.
Yeah.
Jerry Strong says if OU and UT didn't move, you would have 3 Big 12 teams, but they did move. And they made the SEC play each other. She's talking about 3 of them still remain, like, someone outside the SEC eliminated them or some shit. But they've been making the SEC play each other.
Yeah.
Games. That sort of aggravates me a little bit. I feel like Alabama got screwed on that super regional. They should have put us somewhere else. You would have had.
Someone just got us at 80, man. We just hit 80.
Patty Gasso has 54 career wins in the World Series, second most all time. I'm sure. Who's she behind? I wonder.
I can't remember who it is. I think it's someone from Arizona, maybe.
Okay. There's your girl.
Love her, man. God, man.
Love her. She is beautiful, man. There's no doubt. Now that is no doubt. For real, no doubt.
That's right, Jerry. The Ole Miss was 2 in barbecue.
Well, the English is so poor, Brian McMeet, and then go to a Spanish channel or something, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. If our English is not good enough for you, you can always go to the
we
channel.
aren't speaking the King's English.
I'm sure they got a live stream taking place from London, England. Maybe you can go over there to the London Broadcast Company or something. BBC might be carrying this game, Brian McMeet.
Box. Just told Holly Rowe after that 2 home run game, she likes to get to the balls before they break. So in Sam Landry's case, talked about kind of that screwball, curveball spin, even the rise up in the zone. She tries to meet it before it gets that spin.
How are you reading that as a pitcher, Smitty?
Oh, you definitely know, and especially when you're working for that East and West, the hitter's trying to catch that before the ball really starts to move. And so usually what you think is a little bit more off speed, so you want to throw with a little bit more velocity, a little bit more off speed, because it's harder to read that in the front of the box. And you have to be a little sharper on your rise ball. You go upstairs, they're trying to catch it before it starts to move. And you could see Mitchell on that changeup really leaning, because you just don't have, it's crazy how that 3 feet gives you more ability to.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I would never move up. I was always back.
Come on,
it's hard
Sam.
enough to react. Now it's 40 feet.
Together with the change.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups, both of them. Leaning, and I'd go back to that too, because you could see when she's leaning like that, she's not identifying it as early.
This is the 16th 3-ball count of the 2 games for Landry. Mitchell sends it out to right. Barker is there.
There we go.
One down.
There we
The Women's
go.
College World Series
There
Championship
we go.
Series will begin on Wednesday. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Game 1 Wednesday, Game 2 Thursday, and then the if necessary on Friday night. What are the odds, by the way? Well, 85% of the national champions over the last 4 decades have started out 2-0. 77% of the teams that have started out 2-0 play in the finals. It's a big win for one of these sides today.
Brian said he don't like Southern
Katie
accent.
Stewart.
Y'all need to do your best, Brian Kelly.
Katie hit .444 with a home run against the Sooners in the regular season. Katie stays away.
Nigeria's off-speed pitch a little bit faster today at 59 miles an hour than it
Come
was
on.
the other day.
1-2 from Landry. Waste that one in the dirt. 2-2.
Ball.
Inside for ball 3, and another change now for Texas.
And I think Katie Stewart thought
Ball
that
three.
was
That was
ball 4.
ball 4. It's a full count.
How fucking embarrassing.
And you can see the way that Landry, look how far
boy.
she is to the left, driving that screwball, trying to get underneath the hands of Katie Stewart.
That's out of the lane.
That is out of the lane.
She steps that way even with her curveball, but when she throws her screwball, she is really, really to the left.
So it's gone from an 0-2 count to 3-2. Steve Singleton is now the new third base coach. So they have 4 fresh eyes on the pitcher.
That was mid at bat, by the
How
way.
many times they gonna change coaches?
Stewart outside the line and right.
I think a lot of that, though, the reason Singleton's out there, he's the one that communicates to these hitters. You see him walking all the way down to the hitters and coming back. For him to be able to be heard, sometimes in the dugout with these fans, it's a lot harder, but he's walking all the way to the hitters to be able to communicate to them.
Another 3-2 pitch coming. Counts up over 70 now for Landry, and it hits her.
And you can tell Landry is digging so deep in her glove to hide her grip that even just those little things create timing issues for you as a pitcher. Just even where that glove is, how high your hands are.
Mike White back out there in the first base box as well. Trying to find any little clue. Help the hitters know what's coming. In for a strike to Leanne Good.
I mean, he'd love to be able to pick something, but ultimately he's just trying to affect the pitcher. That's the biggest goal. Directly staring, try to change up the rhythm.
Good. And on the run is Barker, and took a circuitous route and does not get to that foul ball, which should have been caught for the second out.
And we've seen this a few times
Like
where
your
the
ass
run
could run
is
it
straight
down.
towards the wall. You see it off the bat instead of going towards the actual ball. You're going towards.
Jesus Christ. I hate
Great ideas can come from anywhere. With Wix, you just
Spaceman, it's only your 8th start out there in right field.
Am I caught up?
Yeah.
Good with a 7-game hitting streak, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs so far in the NCAA tournament. Out in front.
Nice.
Boomer!
Second strikeout for Landry, 2 down.
Well, and that's the pitch they're trying to pick off of her. So you can
Hey,
see
man,
some
we're up to
emotion from
370.
Landry.
Can we
Getting the
get to
strikeout of
400?
good on
Come on, let's
said
do this.
changeup pitch.
That'd be
You
a
see
new
the
record.
over-the-top rotation.
I got
How
up
she
to about
rolls that ball
385.
forward. Her hand's going to come
Got
over
up
that
to
ball.
385
That
last
tight
time.
rotation
Almost
down.
made
Hey,
Even
we
it.
want
swings through it
we
for the
want
second out of the
400
inning.
and
You don't
100.
see that emotion, that yelling
100, 400
from
club,
Sam
man.
Landry. There's another notch of what's happening right now between everything that's going on with Mike White moving to the first base, staring into her glove, the last hit batter.
Here's Katie Simmons. Walked her first time up. Bottom of the order, trying to get something going here for Texas. Right back up the middle and a base hit. Stewart will hold it second, and now the go-ahead in scoring position, and it's Katie Bennett. Does Texas choose to put out a pinch runner at second for Stewart here as the go-ahead run? Looks like they're going to stay as is. And it flew out to center back in the second with a runner on base. Texas led 2-0 after the first inning. Oklahoma answered right back with a pair. And now the Horns trying to take that lead back.
Ball.
And this is big right here for Bennett in the 9-hole. If she can just somehow work a walk, somehow
I'm gonna
get
you one of them
on
Texas
base, turn over
softball
that
helmets with
lineup
your Christmas present.
for Maloney, Henry, Scott, and Atwood.
How about some Sunday night baseball coming your way?
How about it?
Dodgers took the opener over the Yankees. I'll beat you to the punch on that one.
Playing that stupid music, man. They play that stupid music in the commercials. It screws with my damn monetization.
I got you.
They probably got me right there,
This is
assholes.
big. This is big right here, man.
Cubs Field.
She hit hers farther.
NCAA tournament. And right into the glove of
Nice.
McEnroe
Hell yeah.
Marinas at third. And that will end the threat.
Speaking.
Sam Landry always seems to be able to get out of trouble like that. Man, we are 12 away from breaking 400 in the chat. 15 away from hitting that 100 likes. Come on, man. Let's do it.
Yep. Y'all share the link out. Get this party crunk. Get it bigger. Get it stronger. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. That shit's free, man. It's free to have fun.
It's free?
Look at here, man. Crystal Lopez says, thanks. I've played the game my whole life and now coaching 6U and 8U Little League. So old girl knows her stuff, man. We need to have her here on the channel one day.
Crystal, were you a pitcher? You look like you were a pitcher. You look like and you look like you were a captain on the team. Were you a captain and a pitcher?
Heard Marshmallow was a catcher. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to control myself here. I got Tourette's syndrome, man. I can't help
it. Dude, we're 3 away. We're 3 away from 100 likes, man. We're so close. This is so ridiculous how excited I am. But come on, man. Let's get it. Three more likes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's just get 100.
It got up to 392. So we broke yesterday's broadcast. It was 385.
Oh, we're 1 away. We're 1 away. Come on, man. Somebody give me one more. Y'all are awesome, man.
Y'all just joined us.
Y'all are awesome all day.
If y'all are just joining us, we are in commercial break, and we will go back to the game and let them call it. So you won't have to keep hearing our bad English, as Brian McMeek said.
Hey, by the way,
I hate that I have a Southern accent, man. I guess it just rubs people the wrong way.
Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. It's free, and it'll alert you when we do this from time to time. We're gonna do watch parties quite often. We also get on live streams fairly often to talk about college football and our favorite college programs. And we love people contributing from the chat, man. We are the common folk group.
We actually pay attention to them. We don't patronize them.
Oh, dude, we're up to 110. Yes.
We don't patronize
awesome, man.
We don't patronize them here. We don't patronize at all. We have people on the show when we say we're going to have them on the show. And when you comment on the actual podcast, I usually respond. Whereas other channels, they get to this point where they just think they're above the fray. They're above the people that put them there.
That's right, man.
And who are those people? They are the common Joes and common Sals in the know, even more so than all the media talking heads. Was that good enough English? I just want to make sure because Brian said we were hurting his ears.
To swing at that. 0-1 from Kavan. 2 sophomore All-Americans going head-to-head for a spot in the national semifinals for either Texas or Oklahoma. And Parker gets a hold of one and not enough. Henry to the track. 1 down.
Oh, that's a big exhale. You can almost feel it from all of Texas's team. Change up first pitch, then comes the zone that Ella Parker just misses. It is hard to get her out, you guys, and that is a big one.
Well, the reason they get her out and the reason she just misses is because of that changeup, right? So she's just a smidge late, and that's really what it is. You're upsetting that timing of the hitter.
Ball.
What I love about Tegan Kavan, the version here in Oklahoma City that's been different from really the regular season is not trying to get the swing and miss. She only had 1 strikeout in their win against Florida, and then her right now just being able to pitch to contact. Trust that defense. I know it's burned her earlier in the game, but she keeps coming back. When she's trying to get swing and miss, her pitch count gets elevated. She puts more pressure on herself. But right now it's about, okay, put the ball in play. I trust those behind me.
McEnroe Marinas swing and a miss. Boy, Kavan's confidence seems to be growing with every pitch. Trying to find long-term success in a ball game for the first time against Oklahoma. Been so strong against just about everybody else over the course of her 2 years in Austin. The other thing, of course, is the winner of this game knocks the opponent into the other side of the bracket. You would not see them again until the finals if they can advance through the other side. Either UCLA or Texas Tech, the loser of the game tonight, will cross over into this side of the bracket.
We need a whole visual for how all of that works.
You need a trigonometry degree. And a called strike 3. Number 4 for Kavan.
Get
And that's
not giving up a hit since the second inning, Michelle.
Yeah, and that's a curveball in the outer half. And Nellie Mack, she must have been looking for something else because this looks like a good pitch on the outer half, and she looks like she's trying to take that walk. So it's got a little bit of curve, a little bit of down. Kavan using that pitch on the outer half. Atwood framing it up. Fourth strikeout of the game.
I'll bring up Gabby Garcia. Kavan had a 1-2-3 inning in the third, trying to get another here in the top of the fifth. And doing it against three powerful hitters.
Ball.
Gabby Garcia is so unique, and we see this with a lot of Oklahoma hitters. Just understanding their natural ability. Call it motor awareness. For Gabby Garcia, it's about her hands and the placement. Where they're at in relation to her body, something that JT Gasso, their hitting coach, noticed with her. And it's like this when she fields too. The closer her hands are to the ground, the more powerful she is. And so a lot of times you don't want in softball, especially, your hands to drop down, but her hands will. They start there, but as she gets into her swing, they'll come down towards her belt.
Oh, and a ground ball, and it spins the other way on Jolie Mitchell, who was headed for the bag. And a base hit for Garcia.
Gabby Garcia, just a little bit of funk. You see how low her hands, I mean, this is to the belt. Now, she kind of hits this. She comes up and over the top, but look at the spin.
Wow.
That is not Jolie Mitchell's fault. That's a good 3 foot. She like cut the ball instead of hit the ball.
Yeah, that's like almost tennis. That top spin on it.
But it's because of where her hands start. So she came over the top from underneath, which you don't see in softball. A lot of times it's high to low, not low to high.
Got a pinch hitter coming up now for Oklahoma. Hannah Core will hit for Sydney Barker. Hannah is 6 for 8 as a pinch hitter this year. Has spent a lot of time in the starting lineup in the outfield as well for the Sooners this season.
That's the girl that made the Bo Jackson throw.
She had one of the best defensive plays of the tournament so far, a la Bo Jackson, an outfield assist, doubling off a runner at first base on Thursday. Came on as a defensive replacement. Two for 3 so far in the postseason.
Love seeing strong arms in the outfield. It's one of the coolest parts when you can make an assist. A lot of self-talk too that Oklahoma, these hitters, you'll see as we kind of zoom in, and this is a big part of what they try to do is speak it out loud. Speak what you want to do. Keep it simple, but don't just think it. Say it out loud, and you can kind of see as they get in there the big deep breath they take, but then also the words that start to come out of their mouth.
Hannah Core and
right. Damn it.
Mia Scott at third base. Already write her down for the all-defensive team at the World Series.
It's going to be tough, man.
Somebody was in here a while ago and said they heard some kind of bad background noise or something, and that's why they were going to another channel. Do you hear anything in the background that's sort of making it to where it's hard to listen to?
I don't. Do y'all does that, what about the chat, man? Y'all hear background noise?
Some people are, not really into softball. They just started watching it, sort of like me, and they have questions about the rules and stuff. John Christophic asked if it was 9 innings. No, it's 7 innings in softball. Crystal Lopez and Killer Breeze both addressed that. Got your Longhorn in here. Lost Child said, hook 'em.
We're 1 away from 400, man. We're at 399.
Charles Crow Flies High says that was bullshit. Mia Mia says that there's no background noise. Yeah, it was probably some troll coming from another channel trying to steal some of our watchers, because that's what they do. Because we're so damn good, just being ourselves, being normal people, people with common sense. People don't like that sometimes. So,
Nigel Kennedy, that's everyone considers to be the best pitcher in the game. That's on the other side of the bracket. So if whoever loses this game, the likelihood is you're gonna have to beat them twice to get through that side. And that's a lot.
Luis Ortiz also backs up what Mia says. All good on his side. So looks like we're good on the noise. I guess whoever that was, they had an issue on their end. And it's Turd Ferguson.
Crystal, that may not be a bad idea, Crystal. She's talking about starting the next inning with KD. KD had arguably her best outing of her career against Texas in the Texas series a few weeks back, or a month ago. I guess it's almost a month ago now. But that was probably KD's best performance ever. So yeah, I could see that. Or maybe even you can go counterintuitive and put Audrey Lowry in, who did not do well against Texas last time, but who has been pitching better, and I do think is going to be a future star for Oklahoma.
Turd Ferguson said we're good. It was just a Texas D-bag trolling. And there's your comment that you responded to from Crystal Lopez.
But it looks like they brought Sam Landry back out.
Looks like Crystal Lopez is pretty on top of this stuff, man. I should have her on here. Just put you and Crystal on here, and I can just.
That's what I said. Crystal's the queen.
Go in the living room and eat me a bag of Doritos and watch the game on my big screen.
Crystal has been the queen of this chat. She's been dropping softball knowledge the entire time. She clearly knows the game. Both historically and technically as well. What's Mike White complaining about now? This guy.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track of who's where.
Mike White, am I the only one that just thinks Mike White is annoying as all hell?
I don't know. I never knew who he was until today.
Susan Eads, Chelsea Clark, Aaron Peterson on the bases. White has moved back to the third base box, and Kristen Zaleski is out there at first base.
He keeps changing his coaches like musical chairs.
He's doing that because he's trying to spy on Sam Landry's grip when she grabs the ball and see what she's throwing. He's
not sure.
So what is he complaining about?
I don't know what he's complaining about. He's always. This every time, man. He's always
obviously checking the lineup. So Hannah
stuff like this goes on. Questioning things, constantly stirring up shit.
Anything that was wrong. She's obviously staying in the game now. Kristen Zaleski is kind of a professional at understanding lineups.
They're gay, boy. They are gay. They're gay, boy. They're gay. Douchebag.
So ridiculous.
They just want rich.
Texas complaining if they didn't properly report.
For clarification, there was a temporary defensive shift by Oklahoma. It is legal. Play ball.
Always happens.
Texas is arguing they have to report
what
outfielder is coming into the infield. This is the replay. You see the shift. 5 infielders. No one's in right. This is the third time this game that they have shifted against Maloney.
That was actually the center fielder that was on the dirt making that play. Here's Caden Henry, and she swats one deep down the line, and she yanks it out for a home run.
You might need to take the girl out.
Just
That's
her
the problem.
fourth
We
of the
only got
season.
6 more outs.
And Texas is back on top.
We talk about the versatility of Caden Henry. I mean, she got on base first inning, came around to score. She had that stolen base. Holly Rowe talked about her speed, how ridiculously fast she is on the base pass. But we also talked about the ability for her to stand in. Look at this changeup. She recognizes it in the bat speed. In fact,
But he
her
cools
legs
the
get ahead
pitcher
of her
off.
hands,
He knows
but
what
her
he's
hands are
doing.
just as quick as her
Sam
feet.
Landry gets cold.
She gets this thing out of here before
Waiting
she's even
around
out
that
of the
nonsense.
box.
Big swing for Texas in the bottom of the 5th. And a 3-2 lead. Henry's first round tripper at the World Series.
Man. Like, he knows what he's doing.
That's some bush league right there.
It's just cheap. It's just totally cheap. It just shows how desperate you are.
Oh, tears from Mama. I love it.
Yeah, that was amazing. First pitch swinging.
Oh, I feel you, Mom. I do. I've been there.
These are the moments for a Texas team that is 0-for against Oklahoma at the World Series. Have never beaten them. Just in their last 3 trips, they are 8-0 against any other opponent, but 0-5 against Oklahoma. Mia Scott, right back up the middle. Her second single.
You know what's so funny? Look, Outlaw. Turn the volume down for a
Henry
second.
has come so far.
Turn the volume
too, as
down for a
player,
second.
as an athlete, and her
I want
ability
to
be able
point
stand
something
in and
out.
hit away is something new. Part of her
Mute
game
the
is she's
sound,
worked
dude.
on. No bigger moment from that.
Jesse, there you go. I want to point something out. Look at how many Texas fans are all of a sudden starting to talk. They just been sitting in the crowd like little pussies, hadn't been saying shit. They finally take the lead. Now all of a sudden, cry, center tears. They're all of a sudden popping up out of it. That is, if that doesn't show you what Texas is all about, I don't know what does.
Albert Lynn said
they are the biggest pussies when it comes to this. This is the only time they show with their chest out whenever they're winning or leading.
Albert Lynn says that y'all need to go change your diaper, man. He said you ration up over there, man. Y'all crying too much, Sooner Mutts.
Just absolute pussies. Stay
Come
quiet
on, man.
the whole time because they know if they lose, they don't want to put themselves out there.
Don't go X-rated on us, man. We got females in here.
Sorry. I mean, it's just so ridiculous, dude.
So he just got here. I'm a Tennessee fan. So Tennessee fans are rooting against y'all. Just so you know.
That's fine. I would expect everyone to root against Oklahoma. They've been dominating for the last – they've been to the last 5 national championships. They've won the last 4. They've won 6 of the last 8 and 8 of the last 13, I think. We don't really need to say much. It's a scoreboard situation, including Texas's straight-up embarrassing 0-7 record against Oklahoma in the World Series. So – I think we know what's up.
Marshall Schmidt said Texas fans sit on pineapples for fun. Y'all sit on pineapples? I didn't even know they grew pineapples down there in Austin. In that liberal shithole. You don't start dropping the P word. I'm going to start dropping liberal spastic. I'm going to start talking politics.
Well, it's just so funny to me, man. It's just what it is. It's always like that, you know. They don't want to. They're the most fair weather. You know, their program is mediocre most of the time. They don't say anything. Then they finally get good, you know, and want to, you know, or take the lead in the game, and then all of a sudden they want to start putting their chest out there. Like, I got a news flash for you. You got to poke your chest out, you know, the whole time. It doesn't really impress anyone when you start getting cocky after you've already taken the lead with 2 innings left to play. You look like a kid in elementary school thinks he looks like a hot shot when everybody's laughing their ass off. It's ridiculous.
They're like that monkey, man. That monkey in the zoo.
Tiffany, Hey, Tiffany Smith, I could give a rat's ass what you think. You mean 0 to me, Tiff. 0.
Tiffany said she's proud, man. She's proud and loud. She's always been a hooker.
That's fine. That's fine. She can be as proud as she wants to be. I lived in Austin for 13 years. I know exactly what Austin is all about. Trust me.
Y'all don't like Texas all of a sudden? I didn't know y'all didn't like Texas. Damn. They're just a little liberal, man. They can't help it that they're, a little spasmodic in the head brain.
My point is, if you're so proud, where the hell were y'all in the first 4 innings of the game? I didn't see none of y'all saying anything. It was all Sooner fans.
I did see a few. Tiffany was one of them. Not trying to defend her, but she was in here talking, but she wasn't really talking hardcore. It's easy to argue with no one when you have no one to argue with. But I made this offer, and I make it all the time. Anytime y'all want to be on the show live, I'll send you a link, and you can come on. Let me fill you out. Hit me up on X at OCF Productions, and we'll talk, and we'll see. Make sure that you're not some kind of loose cannon or something. Tiffany, if you want to be on the show, I'll have you and Crystal both on the show. That way we'll have 2 females, one Longhorn and one Sooner. That might be pretty entertaining. What do you think, Killer Breeze?
What's that? Sorry,
Chris
actually had a good line there.
Have Crystal and Tiffany on, and let them call the game.
Well, I think Crystal clearly knows what she's talking about. She's a softball aficionado.
Albert said they beat y'all in basketball. Like it matters. I thought we was watching softball. Man, this was basketball. Is this WNBA? What is
y'all were terrible in basketball this year.
Let's go down to Holly Rowe.
Well, Tegan Caban was struggling late in the season, and Mike White has really, really worked with her on getting back to some of her technical plan. He said, I want you to be analytical and throw a quality pitch with intent. Work on the movement patterns, tighten your spins. But the thing he's really worked on
said you're a loose cannon, Breeze.
An A game from a pitcher only happens about 10 to 15% of the time. The truly great pitchers figure out a way to battle and win with a B game. So Tegan out there playing great, but she's really got to continue to fight hard to close this out with the lead. Well, it's been a huge reliance on
got killed
and what I love about
this is it, man.
Velocity difference that you see, it's almost like you want to get a tape measure and see that's a difference of 5 to 6 feet of where the ball and where you're making contact. And that's what she's done such a good job of, keeping these Oklahoma hitters off balance.
Tiffany putting you on the grill today,
Sanders, though, finding a way to get on base now. Pinch runner Tia Malloy at first base.
Look at Tiffany trying to grill on Killer Breeze.
For Ilana Agbayani, reached on an error and has walked today. Scored
I ain't got to be like that, Tiffany.
Oklahoma has won 22 of their last 26 games here at the World Series. But not many of those have come when they've fallen behind late in the game. They did rally for the win and a walk-off home run, trailing 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning on Thursday night against Tennessee.
It's a team that wins with slug. And you give them opportunity to be able to get the ball in the air. And that's where Tegan Caban has been trying to keep the ball down. Going up for chase, but down for contact.
Agbayani grounds it to Bennett, who will make the play to first. Tying run in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, just to your point, if you give Oklahoma opportunities, eventually they will win the opportunity. And that's what happened against Tennessee. Too many free passes, positions where they have the opportunity to walk it off. Oklahoma, they call it Sooner magic. They just have that innate ability to figure out a way to get it done.
Killer Breeze, you done got these long turds steered up in here, man.
It's not hard, is it?
What did you do, man? They're coming out of the woodwork now. Now they're bashing me. I'm an Alabama guy, man. What'd I do?
It's not that hard, is it? You just wind it up. You just wind them up and watch them go.
I'm innocent, man. I love all college sports, man. Man, damn.
You just wind them up and watch it go. Why is it not showing the?
Them for the first time.
They're the number 2 seed. They're the highest seed.
Yeah,
so
they are.
We can't call them.
But I think they believe they are.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. They don't feel like they're the target.
Interesting
I mean, it's a different vibe. This team versus that senior.
Have you ever seen the magic glasses that can see clearly without glasses? This glasses can not only see.
They weren't smiling as much. They knew they had to win. That was the only expectation.
Am I caught up?
Yes.
And Patty, similar to all the successful coaches in other sports, it starts with fiercely competitive practices. I mean, you got to work your tail off just to break into this lineup. You know, there have been a lot of transfers that have come and gone, trying to figure out what they call the championship mindset.
Think about Sydney Barker working her way into this lineup. She was in the 3-hole during the postseason. She struck out in the second inning, you guys, or third inning, and now she's on the bench. I mean, it happens fast.
And then Maya Bland, who is pinch hitting here, she was fabulous through the middle part of the season. She had some pitch hit home runs, big one against Oklahoma State, Alabama.
That one rifles over the head of Atwood, and Malloy at third base, 60 feet away.
Let's
from
go,
tying
baby.
it up with one out.
Let's go. I wouldn't be surprised to see Patty Gasso try to squeeze here.
And these are the kinds of moments that Texas has to weather. If they want to take down the Sooners, and Reese Atwood recognizes that, and the veteran will go out.
I think they're going to talk a little bit about the defense. The middle infielders were in, the corners were in. Understanding the gravity of the situation with just one out and a runner at third. Everybody needs to be on the same page.
Catchers around the country are rejoicing right now. This is the job, not just as the backstop, but as one of the quarterbacks, keeping everybody together.
No coach in that circle.
Nope.
It's your peers.
Can they get over this hurdle? Time and time again, the Sooners knock them off and sometimes knock them out. In for a strike from Kavan, and she shows some sass in the circle.
On Reese Atwood, one of the best in the business at setting up that strike zone, holding that so that she gets that and steals that strike. Chris Neighbors behind the dish calling the strike three. Massive out for Kavan.
An assist to Atwood, or catcher. That's the fifth for Teagan. And now it's up to Abby Dayton to try and get that tying run in against the Texas fight.
Ball.
A moment that it feels like not just a game changer, but a program changer for Texas.
Ball. Oh, you.
1-2.
Rise ball, extra bite. Abby Dayton unable to hold back. Strike two.
Right.
Dayton fights it off.
Tiffany said you're gaslighting.
Abby Dayton, really good 2-strike hitter. Big reason why that last foul ball, you'll see her kind of go to a 3/4 swing. Now she's more about putting it in play. Has ability to lengthen it bat with a lot of foul balls.
Dayton doesn't chase.
Got stirred up.
Bland awaits at third.
Wasting strikes. Tegan Kavan, anytime she'll pitch it in the zone, Dayton fouls it off, waits it, wants Kavan to give her a
one
mistake.
little blooper in the middle there.
It'll be
One
interesting
down
to
the
see if
shortstop.
Kavan, if
Just one
they
hit.
come back here with something off speed.
It's got to be down.
That was off speed,
but it was out. She got lucky. She got lucky. No, but that's the one that gets dropped into the outfield for a hit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Could not hold on to that, and now they'll tag out Dayton on a third strike to end the inning.
What?
And Patty Gasso will come argue that was a foul tip that was dropped.
It was a foul tip, which is why Abby Dayton
needs to put a challenge in.
A foul ball.
Didn't run. It's honestly right. Why Reese Atwood did not immediately react when she dropped it. She was mad at herself for dropping it. She holds on to it. It's strike three, and it's an out.
Rise ball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she had it in the glove, and it popped out. I don't think the home plate umpire thought that she dropped it.
We have a foul ball. Foul ball. The count's 2-2.
There you go. There you go. Got it right.
You can hear it.
Well, I think Kavan knew it too. She saw it pop out of the glove. So Dayton stays in there. Texas, they had all left the field. They will trot back out. Again, Tia Malloy, the pinch runner down there at third, trying to tie it up for the Sooners.
Damn.
That'll play again.
This is what Abby Dayton does. You guys, we've had a lot of Oklahoma games this year, and we've seen double-digit pitch at bats that Dayton will force a pitcher to do.
Just lots of foul balls.
5 straight for Dayton, including the one that was dropped.
Can Kavan overcome that with Atwood in the drop third strike?
Well, this is where Reese is trying to keep her focus and make sure that, look, you cannot make a mistake. When I call this pitch, it's got to be here. You have to stay, not just with your pitches, but also the location.
A freshman All-American last year, a member of the All-World Series team. She was lights out. Kavan's 2-2. Pops it up. Scott, does she have room? In foul territory, she's got it. Snow cones it, but holds on. And Kavan works out of the jam.
Boy, you done brought the heat. Texas people mad, boy. They gonna throw you on the grill. Y'all know Killer Breeze lives down in the Houston area if y'all want to look him up.
I have no problem with that.
I live in Tuscaloosa, so I can probably get away with talking a lot of shit. I worry about Killer Breeze sometimes. They gonna come noose you up from a tree, man.
How are you unranked priest? You just hired A&M's coach. What are you talking about?
That'd be like Alabama stealing Hugh Freeze from Auburn. Football. What the hell? Why you gotta take A&M shit, man? You know they ain't got no. It's bad enough they ain't got no female cheerleaders. Damn cult down there in College Station out there ass grabbing. It's a Yale crew. That's tradition. Oh yeah, okay, whatever, faggots. Well,
here it is, dude.
For y'all that just popped in here, we got 443 in here now. We might even get to 500. Go ahead and hit that like and that share button and subscribe button. All that stuff's free. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And if you just popped in here, we're in commercial break. We will go back to the live announcers in just a second.
The good thing is, at least, if Oklahoma can keep runs off the board here and go into the 7th, still down only 1 run, the top of the lineup at least is coming up. So they'll have Pickering, Parker, and Nelly McEnroe-Moranis to the plate. Any of them could easily hit a home run and tie the game. So you'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It went to dark. I think it's going to commercial. Yeah. I can't turn these commercials on because if I do, I get demonetized. If y'all wondering why the live sound is not on, when the commercials go away, we will go back to the live feed or the live announcing. Yo, Alabama baby, says Harper Branch. Yep. I'm an Alabama baby. You got that right. Born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You know, the home of the 18-time national champions. The king of kings of college football. I like the Sooners. We're still the kings.
I don't think anyone questions that.
You'd be surprised if people argue that shit. Oh, y'all's national titles happened before the playoffs. Really? We won 6 in the playoff era. So the game's back on, right? Okay.
Here's Jolie Mitchell, 5, 6, and 7 against Sam Landry. Jolie on a 7-game hitting streak. And it's in jeopardy right now. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout.
She's been way out in front of that changeup. Sam Landry's been giving her a big dose of it, all her at-bats.
Oh, by the way, in the top of the 7th, Oklahoma will bring up Pickering, Parker, and Nellie Mack.
Of course they will.
Of course.
7th inning.
Wouldn't have
Giant
any other
rivalry
way.
game. We scripted this.
Mitchell gets a hold of one, launches that, and Jolie Mitchell has her 3rd home run
Now that's
of
a
this World
problem.
Series. And a big
I need
bonus
to,
on the
I
scoreboard
think they need to
for
pull her.
Texas.
Probably.
That's what Crystal Lopez said they need to maybe pull her.
Remember, we talked about this. Jolie Mitchell loves to get up in the front of the batter's box. We don't see anyone here. In
Well,
Oklahoma
look,
City
you
get
know,
in
at
front
the end of the
box.
day,
That's when
man,
Jolie Mitchell, she get 2 home runs.
you know,
back on
the
Thursday.
run can
Look
only
at
last
when
so
she's up in the
long, you
front,
know.
She gets on top
The good
of
thing
the
is
rise
it's
ball.
double
This is a
elimination.
pitch. If she's middle to back,
Yeah.
it's out of the zone.
But
and she pops
again,
it up. But
it's-
because she's
the
at
run
where
has
she's
to
at,
end
she
at some
meets it
point.
as long as she gets on time, which she does. 17th home run of the season.
Here's Katie Stewart. She and Jolie went back-to-back with home runs on Thursday.
And that rise ball came in at 64 miles an hour, is a little bit slower than some of the other rise balls that Landry had been throwing.
Base knock.
Yeah, they got
Out
to
into
take it
left
out.
for Stewart. Aboard for the 3rd time today.
Mitchell, see where she's at. That front foot gets to the very top. You will not see another hitter here unless they're a slapper. Get up there. To be able to stay on top of that pitch that, by the way, struck her out, her first at bat. Adjustments being made in game.
Ball.
Yeah, now Bella Emmerling wants to chat with Landry.
Yeah, Emmerling doing a good job of bringing that ball back in. Rise ball almost got away from her. Home run ball.
Well, the Mitchells,
they've got it.
I don't know if I don't think Skip's ever going to get on that fishing trip.
No.
She keeps hitting taters. He's got to stay put.
They got a grocery bag of softballs now, too.
4-2 Texas. Remember, Oklahoma erased a 2-run deficit in the 7th Thursday with a walk-off home run. Here's Leanne Good. Hit into a double play and struck out. Hundredth pitch of the day for Landry. Akbayani gets the lead runner. And that'll be it. Safe at first is good. One down.
What is a rise ball? Albert William wants to know, and so do I.
The big thing here is the loser of this game has to come back and play tomorrow.
A rise ball is just a ball that rises from low to high.
They would face
in the
Oregon
strike zone
tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Big question, too, and I know they're not there yet, but you mentioned who's coming up for Oklahoma. Cassidy Pickering doesn't get on base. Do you even pitch to Ella Parker?
Well, that was
now that you have a 2-run lead,
you could consider it,
you
right?
can consider it, or just intentionally pitching outside of the zone and see if she chases anything. Because if you put her on, then you're still walking up the tying run. Yeah, all those tough decisions.
That's how dangerous she is. Backs up Garcia. Akbayani turns, and they'll get the lead once again. 2 outs. That was the conundrum for Tennessee and Karen Weekly on Thursday, and that's what Karen Weekly talked about post-game. Said, you know what, we didn't want to put the winning run on base. But Ella said, well, I'll just be the winning run at the plate.
Well,
a lot of tough decisions for these coaches.
Karen Weekly. Carlin Pickens, too.
Yeah, I think you have to look at who's done what earlier in the game. I think in the Tennessee game, it was looking at who else was hitting behind Ella Parker. Ella Parker had done the damage, so it's easy to not. But in this game, Nellie Mack Garcia's got 2 hits. I don't know that you want to pitch to her.
Yeah, Nellie Mack does not have a hit yet in the World Series. She is Parker's protection. Does have a walk. Here's Katie Bennett. Runner goes, and sliding in safely with the stolen bag is Adea Wallace, the pinch runner. Can Texas get one more? Bennett 0 for 2 in the 9 spot in the lineup.
Ball.
And now Jen Rocha will come out and chat with Landry. No activity in the bullpen, so just trying to get everybody settled down and on the same page.
So they're on talk to her. Don't look like they're going to pull her because they haven't get. She said they don't have nobody active in the bullpen. I don't know why they wouldn't have someone active in the bullpen at this point.
I don't know. Maybe they plan on just at this point, just you're down to I don't know. You only need one more out. They probably don't throw her in the 7th. So if they even need to throw her in the 7th, which they may not.
Here's another explanation on the rise ball terminology: is a pitch that goes down the middle and rises. A drop ball goes down the middle and drops. A change up is the lower speed. So there you go, Albert. We learned something today.
Sends a flare out to Abby Dayton, who backs up to make the catch. But a run in off the
Well, there
bat of
you
Joe
go.
Mitchell.
So here it is,
A
man. You're down by 2.
lead for Texas.
By the
Isn't
way,
enough.
this is exactly what they were down against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Down 2 in the 9th with the top of the lineup. Actually, they were at the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9.
Kyle Stewart wants to know if Texas wins, will they cry about having to play in Oklahoma City?
Well, Tiffany Smith said that they don't care about playing in Oklahoma City. That might be the first time I've ever heard a Longhorn fan say that. They all complain about the fact that it's in Oklahoma. It's not just them. Everybody complains about it. But it's ridiculous because
Alabama fans complain about it too.
But I mean, think about it. If that was true, then how come Nebraska doesn't ever win national championships in baseball? It's in Omaha. I mean, it's right there.
It's because usually Nebraska sucks.
Right.
Baseball. They can't make it to the World Series to play for it. They always get knocked out in the regionals. If they do make the playoffs, I think Tennessee or Oklahoma, didn't Oklahoma spank their ass in baseball the other day?
Yes. Yes, they did.
As you said, Tiffany Smith says no one cares. These girls have been playing there their whole lives, I'm sure.
They care. Mike White brings it up in every single press conference. He always talks about it.
The Longhorn fans may not care, but Mike White certainly does, because I have heard him bitching and whining and complaining and losing his bowels and wetting his diaper and losing his noodle. From what I'm hearing, a lot of people don't like Mike White. It ain't just Oklahoma people.
No, he's annoying as hell. But he is a good coach. He was good at Oregon.
Mark Valdez says no, OKC was the only place they built the nice softball facilities and made the deal with the NCAA. When people complain, I tell them spend the money to build it and make a deal. That's true.
Pretty much.
That's coming from a Longhorn. That's probably some pretty good spoken truth there. It's just like with Omaha. If you don't want the damn game in Omaha, step up to the plate and make your venue a place where they can hold it. That's going to put fans in stands. Those people in Omaha come out and support that. These people in Oklahoma City supports this thing.
That's what it boils down to.
Let's not talk about the Red River Rally.
See, I'm almost surprised that they wouldn't bring in someone different.
Victor Garcia says, stop talking shit. Well, I'm sorry, bro. That's just something I can't do because I got Tourette's syndrome when it comes to college sports. I'm not going to ever stop talking shit. I'll be honest with you. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. You'd probably have to talk to Tuscaloosa and literally shut me up because I'm not going to shut up.
I don't see it happening. Nor should it. Come on, Cass. Just throwing a change up right here. Let's go.
0-2 from Kavan.
Nope. Totally wrong. 69 mile an hour rise.
Almost to 500.
Pickering last at bat, struck out on the changeup. Had a hard time recognizing. Kavan
Y'all hit the like button,
the zone.
the subscribe button. It'll get this party crunk, get it bigger.
Did she check it? No. And a strikeout for Kavan. Number 6, one down.
That's huge.
Tegan Kavan goes right at Pickering with the rise ball. 4 consecutive pitches. Prior one elevated way out of the zone. This one she brings back a little bit closer. Pickering's can't hold up.
A little bit of a
strike out of the game for Kavan.
Here's Parker, and the key here to this at-bat, nobody on base, no chance to tie it with one swing.
The administration has announced a deadline for full coverage auto insurance at just $15 a month, available to all.
Hold up.
Yep.
Good ball.
No, and it hits her. And
Nice.
now that opens the door.
Oh,
for
here we
one
go
swing
again.
to tie it.
Crystal got to get here, sprinkle that Sooner magic. There he does.
Trying to get in underneath the hands. A couple of Parker's hits were on pitches on the outer half, trying to challenge her inside, and a little bit of a miss.
Uh-oh.
Now Nelly is
Texas
usually
20
good
and 2 all time.
at getting on
when
and getting
holding
on base.
Oklahoma to 2 runs or fewer. That's where they're at right now. But the Sooners have a base runner here with 1 out in the top of the 7th.
121 likes. Let's get to 150.
They have lost 22 of the last 25 games to the Sooners. They have not beaten them in the state of Oklahoma in 14 years. They're on the brink.
There you go. 22 of the last
Winner
25.
is into the national
14
semifinals.
years.
The loser on elimination game with Oregon tomorrow night. And here's the captain, the redshirt freshman Nellie Mack.
Wow. Come on, Nelly.
First pitch.
Jesus.
Ends up swinging at a changeup in the dirt. She was coming out to tie this game.
God damn it. He's too nervous.
Got her twice via the strikeout. She is looking
He's too
for her
nervous.
first hit
She looks
in
nervous.
her first World Series.
We got over 500.
Oh, shit.
We're just going to get 1,000.
McEnroe Marinas, that could be trouble.
Woo!
On the run, and that'll
Yes.
fall. Parker to second.
Yes.
Damn it.
And now the go-ahead run will come to the plate.
Here we go
with
again.
1 out. And a
Come
base
on.
hit for McEnroe Marinas.
Come
Pass the
on.
bat
Come
again.
on.
We talk so much about barreling the ball up, and Oklahoma usually does that so well, but sometimes it's the miss-hits that find their way to be able to get another base runner here for Oklahoma.
Oh.
Probably going to pinch run now for Parker as she moves over to second base. Cheney Helton is usually the first off the bench to do that.
What they talking about?
And from one freshman to another, Gabby Garcia. The rookie who hits in the 4 spot in the lineup.
I think this is the bat you have to be careful of.
Just the 4th freshman in school history with a 20 home run season, joining Tiare Jennings, Jocelyn Allo, and Lauren Chamberlain. Her 21st would give them the lead.
Ball. Come on,
Come
man.
on, misses away. Garcia, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles today. Another chase on the 70-mile-an-hour rise ball from Kavan.
Wow.
Talk too much about Pickering and Parker as being the big slow hitters, but Garcia leads them in home runs. She's got 20 on the year.
During the regular season, Garcia hit 2 home runs in the series with Texas off of Tegan Kavan. One-two pitch. Struck her out.
Wow, that's huge.
2 down. And Texas is an out away from exercising the demon.
Gabby Garcia strikes herself out on this pitch, expands the zone. Look at the way this is a screwball going away, and that is a great pitch to a lefty. So elevated pitches earlier in the account. This one's elevated, but it runs away from Gabby Garcia. A massive strikeout for Cavan.
Second at-bat of the day for Hannah Core, who popped up her first time in there.
Not going to happen with Hannah Core.
Last chance here for Oklahoma, where they're into the losers bracket on the other side of the bracket.
Not going to happen with Hannah
Two
Core.
pitches called in the top of the zone. Sydney Barker frustrating. She struck out on the rise ball. So in her mind right now, coming this bat, she's singing, see the ball down. Don't swing at anything up in the zone. Excuse me, Hannah Core, that's her approach to this at-bat.
Got her! And Texas finally gets it done against
There you
Oklahoma
go.
at the World Series.
That's going to make it really tough on Oklahoma, man. I don't know if they're going to have
the
to.
Sooners for the first time.
That's
at
going to be
Oklahoma
really hard.
City.
And how about Tegan Cavan in the 7th inning? Hits a batter, gives up a hit, but 3 strikeouts to get out of the jam. Cavan, the sophomore, has been fabulous at the World Series. 16 swing and miss here against the Sooners, against a team that does not swing and miss a lot and does not strike out.
She finally had a good game because Oklahoma typically just kicks her ass all over the field, but not today. She was awesome today, and Oklahoma now, it's going to be very difficult, dude, to get through the other side because Nigel Kennedy twice is going to be hard. And I don't know. They're also, the other thing too is they're going to have to go down into their lineup, which may not be that bad of a thing. Sam Landry looks tired to me, man. She looks tired. And I don't even mean physically. I mean mentally. She looks tired to me. So she's going to have to – I think they're going to have to go down into their lineup and start throwing pitchers like Audrey Lowry and Kirsten Deal. God, I hope not Isabella Smith, but they might even have to throw her a little bit. But regardless,
y'all get one of the lowest seeds in the tournament. Y'all get Oregon. The next round, there's 16 seeds.
Which what's interesting about that is that Oregon's head coach was a long-time assistant coach and pitching coach at Oklahoma when they won a bunch of national championships. So it's Patty Gasso against her former protege.
If y'all don't mind before y'all leave up out of here, because we got up to 600 people, it's down to 300 something now. If you don't mind before you leave, hit that like button. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button. That way you can be notified when we're up and on the air and when we're doing these live streams. And that way you don't miss a live stream and we can notify you if you subscribe to the channel. It's all free. All free. Just hit that subscribe button and like button. Don't take but 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for Oklahoma. It's gonna be really hard for Oklahoma. Having to get through Nigel Kennedy is gonna be tough. Texas is gonna be set up. Texas is set up perfect now.
And I'm not trying to aggravate or cause any trouble with Oklahoma people, but does it not aggravate you that people keep using the young excuse? I keep hearing that shit, man. It sort of aggravates me a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's again, it's not the youth, it's the inexperience. It's not playing in the World Series. Like, it's one thing. Again, at every other stage in the season, you can lose and still live to fight another day. But when you get here, you get one chance, one loss, and you lose again and you're done. Now that's where Oklahoma's in. Now they lose and they're out. So it's just a different thing. And unless you get there, like one thing that I noticed, one thing that Oklahoma is usually really good at when they stay in games is they end up hitting a lot of home runs, but they're not trying to hit home runs. They're just trying to keep the ball in play. And by slowing down and not trying to do too much in the moment and just trying to get hits, they end up getting a lot of home runs. It looked like today, particularly in the 7th inning, like Gabby Garcia, who's one of their better hitters, she's second on the team in home runs. She looked like she was swinging for the fences and if that's what she was doing, that's a mistake in my opinion.
They need to be a little more patient.
That's an experience thing, right? It's more important to.
But they've had the whole season to get experience. I mean, they beat Alabama in a super regional. Didn't y'all win the SEC tournament too?
But I'm talking about experience in the World Series. Totally different, man.
I just have to disagree, I reckon, because I think it's an excuse. I don't like it. It's a bad look for Oklahoma to keep saying
No. You got the players that haven't played in the, it's the youth doesn't bother me. It's the lack of experience on the biggest stage. They've got to.
Well, I mean, I would call the SEC tournament a big stage.
It is, but it's not the end of your season. It's not the end of your season. So
super regional would be
super regionals. Well, that's part of the tournament, But again, that's their. I don't know. To me, it's different. I mean, you can disagree, but to me, it's just different. It's a different level.
I just feel like that. I don't know. To outsiders looking in, I'm just playing devil's advocate. People would think y'all are, making excuses.
No, I don't think they're. Well, first of all, I don't. You've never heard me say that. I only bring it up when you ask me about it. That's just the way.
I mean, the reason why I brought it up is because Dakota Green said something about it. He said Oklahoma's a young team. People forget they're mostly freshmen and sophomores.
The reality is, I never expected them to be here. I never expected them to be this good. Let's keep in mind this is the team that still won the SEC regular season. They're co-champs of the SEC tournament. The fact that they're even in the World Series this year is surprising to me. So, but they got there, and I.
Well, man, people better
expect them now that they could win. It's not like I feel like, hey, this is it. Just getting to the World Series is all that counts. Like, no, fuck no. I want them to win. But if they don't win, I won't be nearly as disappointed than if like last year's team would have lost, or if they would have lost in 23. When you've got players with a bunch of experience and a bunch of wins, and you don't win it, then you're wasting opportunities. So like Texas last year, that loss I would imagine bothered the hell out of them because that team was really good, and you're only going to have so many chances with that team because in college they're only there for so long.
It's just people better get their licks in now.
Absolutely.
Because if they don't, Oklahoma being as young as they are, they're going to be around for a while, and they're getting the experience now, and so they're going to be a problem. So if you want to get that narrow window of opportunity to get up on Oklahoma in softball, you better do it this year, right?
Well, the reality is there's only one senior in the starting line. Well, that's not true. Isabella Emerling, but she's a transfer. But after this, they're gonna be 2 juniors and a bunch of sophomores. So they're gonna be young and they're gonna be around for a while because they are young. So
Turd Ferguson says
they're only gonna get better.
Turd Ferguson says excuses for what? We're still right there. I'm just telling you, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole and trying to steer you up. I'm telling you what outsiders are saying. They look in on this and they see y'all talking about how young you are, and they say that you're making excuses. And, it does sound a little bit like you are using it as an excuse, to be honest with you. But,
first of all,
it's actually something that's a real thing. So I'm just trying to be unbiased here.
But, man, there's no, whenever they lose, again, they've won 4 in a row. They're not going to win forever. They're going to lose at some point. So when they do lose, why is there even a need to make any excuses after the run that they've been on? What are you making excuses about? At some point you lose and you just tip your hat, fine. And then you come back next year and see how far you can get. I feel good about Oklahoma's chances over the next few years, and this year's not over yet. They got a hard path. Texas definitely has a great team and an easier path now, and they earned that. But it ain't over yet. Oklahoma can still win. Oklahoma has won from the losers bracket before. So,
yeah, it only takes once you get to the championship game, all it takes is a 2-game winning streak to win the title. So there you go.
There you go.
Danny O says, stop making excuses. Texas is the better team. Well, today they are. I mean,
They were better.
Like
they were
Georgia
better
beat
today.
Alabama. Georgia beat Alabama one time out of the last 10. So it's going to happen eventually. Just let's hope that y'all can go ahead and put your foot on them because they're still breathing, just like they were against Tennessee. And if you don't put them out when you get the chance, then that's on you at that point.
I mean, I'll say this, especially considering who's left in the tournament. Although, well, no, because that would mean they'd have to beat Oklahoma. So, yeah, out of everyone who's left in the tournament, I probably, if Oklahoma's not going to win it, I probably want to see Texas win it because there's something cool to me about the fact that it stays in the family, so to speak. So,
what
you
family?
know.
What family are you talking about?
the OU Texas rivalry, you know what I mean? Like
I can't root for that Mike White guy. You done got me hating him. Now I don't like him.
He sucks, man. He sucks.
Gooder Bug guy says we got this Boomer. We'll get them toughen up. We'll meet up again in the championship.
Well, that is funny because if we get to the championship and Texas gets to, you know, we'll be playing them, right? If they can make it. And honestly, I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't at this point, you know, but still, it's gonna be interesting, man, to say the least. And you know, and here's the thing: if you get back to if you're gonna play again, you know, don't you like Oklahoma's chances? Because are they gonna lose 2 in a row? You know, I don't know.
Jason Zambala says didn't suck. Just Texas played very well. That's a good way to look at it. Spooners. Albert Lynn agrees with me. Y'all are not family.
I'm totally fine not considering you family, Albert. That's I'm good with that.
It's just like me. Most of the SEC teams I do root for, but when it comes to Tennessee and Auburn, I give a shit less.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. Albert, you are family. You're my retarded cousin that everybody has over at the holiday and talks about look at how proud we are of Albert while you sit in the living room with a diaper shitting yourself. That you're family, man. You're that family for me.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that they didn't lose today because you know they might have had to change his diaper. All right, brother. I guess I'm fixing to get up out of here.
All right, man. Thanks to everybody. It's all in good fun. Even you out. I wish you all good luck, and I hope Oklahoma kicks your ass in the finals.
We set a new record today for watchers. We got up to 612 at one time.
Nice.
So that's a new record for us.
That's awesome.
If you don't mind for you jump out of here once again, hit that like button. Subscribe button is big time as well because that lets you know when we're up and on the air, and it makes YouTube think I'm pretty popular, and they might throw a few more ads on there and help keep the lights on.
All right, man.
All right, take care,
Take
brother.
it easy.
And that was, let me get out of this. I don't want to see my big ugly white face. That was Killer Breeze, the consummate Oklahoma Roughneck, former Roughneck for the Oklahoma Sooners. So Texas moves on. Oklahoma moves into the losers bracket. They'll play Oregon. Hopefully they'll get by that, and maybe we'll see a rematch between Oklahoma and Texas. Except this time Oklahoma will have to beat them twice. But hey, just a 2-game winning streak. It can be done, right? With that, I'm out of here. Also, if you want to be in the Outlaw Posse, you can get a badge like Killer Breeze has got right here. You'll see he's got a badge right here next to his name. If you want to be in the Outlaw Posse, do a little something extra. It's just $2.99 a month. That's 75 cents a week. That's just half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You'll get a badge and get deputized. Get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.